Welcome to the Nomad Network, your first stop for complete and comprehensive Chicago Bears football coverage. Dive deep into analyses, updates, and all things Bears. Subscribe to our YouTube channel today and never miss a beat. Thank you in advance for your support. We promise to bring you the best because together we're unstoppable. Go Bears.
Yo, no maniacs. What's good out there in the world, man? Welcome into another edition of Nomad at Night. And we got a good show for you guys today. It's going to be a fun show and a special one because guess what? We're going to run some mock draft stuff and we're going to let you guys do it. And my plan is to shut the F up and let Trips and Kids organize how you guys are going to deliver for the No Maniacs and everybody else in the crowd, man. So that is the plan. So whenever the Canuck gets here, we'll get started with some players. I got about 6 or 7 guys I want to talk about. A couple of them I think you guys are gonna really like. Most of them you guys are gonna really like, but a couple of them in particular I think you're gonna think are real special. But yeah, man, we got a good show planned for you all tonight. Get to those prospects before we get to the mock draft stuff. And that's the plan tonight, man. We're gonna have a good fan interactive show. And just let you guys go for what you know. You've been watching us do it for weeks and months at this point. Now it's time to let you guys get involved and let's see what you guys can bring to the table for us, man. But without further ado, let me pass it over there to my guy Trips with a alley-oop. Let me see if he can jump tonight. That right.
Well, I'll come up and try to go for the tip slam, but my vertical ain't what it used to be. So it almost turned into a turnover. But I got hustle. I'm scrappy. And so I got the steal back and then got the easy light. So yeah. What up to everybody? It's Sunday night. You know, baseball season has begun. Hockey and basketball seasons are winding down. The Final Four is in, all its glory. But guess what? NFL rules, baby. And the off season is still football season. And this right now is right in the midst of prospect season for the upcoming draft. So yeah, it's still popping. It's on. And make sure you are subscribed to all 3 networks. The Nomad Network, Sports Chicago Style, and at Kids the Canuck. As the clocks, they run a little funny up there in Canada, but don't tell them I said nothing. But other than that, yeah, just ready for some Sunday night, ready for some mocks, and yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't have time to do, and not because I didn't have the time, I let it slip my mind, but I'm sure there's an updated version of the top 30s that came through Hallis Hall. I'm pretty sure about that, but we'll get to that in the next show. We'll just have more guys to talk about during that period. But yeah, that's the only thing I forgot to do. But tonight I intend to shut the F up and let you guys go ahead and organize this thing if y'all want to, and let the No Maniacs go ahead and cut loose and get their mock drafts off, man. We'll try to get at least a couple of them in there tonight and see how, if you want to do it the way we did it last year by selecting a GM, assistant GM, and coach and all that kind of stuff. That was just my way of doing it. Y'all do this thing how y'all want to do it.
All right, where's Kids? Is he here yet?
Yeah, he's down there doing something. Probably eating.
Was he having that post-coital cigarette? What's going on out here? You know what I mean? It's the weekend. It's hey,
Yeah.
Trying to get it in, literally and figuratively.
Yeah, man. All right, man. So what's been up with you this week, man? What's been going on? What's good? You healthy? Happy?
Yeah, it's well, it's odd that you mentioned that specifically. I mean, healthy, I guess, in general, but it's just thing that when you look at screens for so long, editing or website developing or whatever, and then sometimes like start getting a little dizzy, head a little light, and it's like, that's weird. And then it's like you fight through it, and then it's like all of a sudden you get a little nauseous, and it's like, a little queasy. What's this all about? And then it's like, all right, but I'm working here. I'm productive. I'm being creative over here. And then
How
all of a sudden, it's like you start sweating profusely, and it's like, all right, if I don't get up now, I'm gonna barf all over the place. Then got to close your eyes for like 30 minutes. Don't go to sleep, but just close your eyes.
well, let me ask you a question.
Then everything's everything.
How recent is that, man? Because I know a thing or two, man, but how recent is that? Has that been something that's been going on like in the last few months?
Well, it was like a couple hours ago. So,
Just that's the only time.
well, no, I mean it doesn't happen all the time, or I don't know how to quantify it. I haven't actually noted the dates, but it happens enough that I know what it is, or I don't know what it is, but I know what to do, and I don't freak out.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm a metaphysical person, right?
Hmm.
And so everything to do with metaphysics to start, that your at go explanation for metaphysics is pay close attention to the frequencies. What frequency are we in? Is there a frequency change going on that we don't know about it? You got ringing in the ears? Do you have sinus headaches and just having headaches for no reason? You're getting a little dizzy, you're getting a little woozy, you're just getting a little disoriented and just things feeling a little discombobulated for the most, right?
Mm.
And so all those that delve in the metaphysical world, they know there's been a major frequency change. I mean, when I say a major frequency shift, I mean like a societal changing shift happening right now. And just because you can't physically see it, there's some things you can see like overlying the whole thing. But it's happening right in front of you. And I would just say this to you: there will be people that will not be able to handle this different frequency that we're in. I mean, we talking about people in the world of quantum physics that will testify under oath to what I just got through telling you.
Uh-huh. You see, I get that all the metaphysics, the quantum, I get all that stuff is there, and I have a basic kind of very surface understanding of all of it. So I get the concepts, but when you get into, oh well, this means that or that means that, it's kind of like the same thing with astrology. All I know is I'm a Scorpio and we like to fuck. So I mean, that's as much as I know, and kind of same thing with the metaphysics.
Oh,
And we are so vengeful, so don't mess with us.
the things we think and say at the same time, that hurts. But anyway, man, no, it's something major going on, Trips. And as we move forward, you'll
You
see.
mean wait on a so this is more than just a personal trips thing. This is kind of a that frequency on those people thing. You
Oh, it
think
ain't
is
personal.
what you're saying here?
It's not personal, but it's personal.
Uh. See, I always kind of figured it was more of a on a more of a self-realized metaphysical tip, whereas like something is trying to prohibit me from doing this. So obviously that means I need to be doing this because something is trying to deter me from greatness.
Well, at the same time, man, metaphysical it's all about inner self and kind of it's almost like closing your eyes and being blind and you're regular and letting your regular the other sensories take over. It's like being quiet, being in a space where you have time to think, not so much think but feel.
Mhm.
And for people that don't meditate or have never meditated, it sounds like a foreign concept to them. Most people cannot stand the quiet. You know what I mean? Most people can't stand their own thoughts. I won't say most people, but a lot of people, man, that's the worst thing in the world is to be trapped somewhere with your own thoughts. So people constantly run interference in their lives, trying to avoid, being alone with your thoughts. And in order to quiet the dark ones, there's a way to do that.
Mm.
It's really just, controlling your thoughts, man, and redirecting your mind to something else.
Well, yeah, because I've tried to do the, at the end of yoga, or you're trying to you put the candle out there and try to do the focus thing and the meditation, and then after like 10 seconds, my mind wanders, and then it's like that's okay. Just realize that you're wandering and focus back in, bring it back in, zero it back in, and it's like by the time I do all that, it's like well shit. I done spent this 20, 30, however long minutes doing this when I could have been doing something. So I end up doing stuff. And my therapy is being a quote unquote creative. And I use that term as a verb. You're welcome. There are things that I see or hear in my head, but they don't have a form because they don't have a body yet because I haven't given them one. It's like when you're creating music, you hear something and it just kind of brings it and you just kind of develop it as you play around with the sounds or instruments, what have you. But, whether it be, doing something physical or doing something cooking or doing something web wise or technical or editing or whatever the hell, that's creativity to me. And so that's giving that inner voice, those inner thoughts, a picture, a sound, a color, and putting them together in a creative, entertaining way that other people, find it interesting and be like, hey, that Sports Chicago style, they got Patreon and Kofi. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need to hook them up, because they doing things over there. And so when I get with the crew with the chef Trips and his cooking stuff, and then Coach and Trip with their things, it's just a holistic way for me to give to the universe the fruits of my knowledge, of my insights, of my maturity as I try to bring it all together from the things I've learned in the way I create and entertain. So that's my, contribution to the universe to be on whatever frequency or level that may be.
The good news to that is, Trip, and that's good to hear you say that. The good news to that is creativity, being active creatively, is a form of meditation. And I'll say, and the reason being is because the core pulse of meditation is focus. It's all about focus. And when you're being creative, you're being very focused, and even when the thoughts are scattered, like me, musically, or when I'm creating something artistically for a show or putting together graphics or different things like that. But let's just talk about music. One of the things I used to do when I first started to produce music was, I don't know, I had a bad habit of trying to kind of follow trends, and I'm not good at that, man. I'm really such my own person. Like that was a bad idea for the few months that I tried to do it. It was just 3 months of wasted time. And it quickly dawned on me, like, dog, you are not like everybody else. Don't never try to be like nobody else. Your whole life you've been different. And this is why. And this is the good thing about you. I never to this day, and every producer I know have sampled major records, sampled major tracks, use break beats, hooks, and all different kinds of stuff from major records to make a name for themselves. I've made dope ass music, never having to do that. And because I feel a certain way about people and their intellectual property. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm not gonna do that, man. Unless I go and have a conversation with. I remember Andre 3000. They want to do something with some stuff from Curtis Mayfield, him and Big Boy from Outkast, and the beautiful story, man, because Curtis Mayfield was bedridden in Atlanta. He was kind of paralyzed from the neck down, and he wasn't too long for life at the time that they went and met him. But they went in there and talked to him about some things, and that's how you do it. When you want to use someone's intellectual property, go to him. But that's a little sidebar conversation too. Me creatively, when I'm in my zone, I'm definitely meditating. When you're in your zone creatively, Trips, whether you see it that way or not, you're definitely meditating. That's high frequency activity right there, creativity.
Yeah, right on. I try to be aware and enlightened about things, obviously without going into much detail, because I try and look into it and then my brain starts spinning. It's like, yeah, this shit don't make no sense to me. So I just got to do what I feel, and where I feel, that I can contribute to the in betterment of society in however many different ways, if more than one. That's my calling. And so where the cards may fall, after that, it is what it is. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I'll tell you a quick story right quick, and just whatever that is you do, Trips, stay there and focus, and just keep focusing the way you focus, and concentrate on that thing that you're trying to bring to life, man, manifest. I'll tell you, one time I met the twins from the R&B group from the 90s, Jagged Edge. I might have said this on the show before, I don't know. But when I was in Atlanta, they had a little studio like in Lithonia, which was like right next door to Stone Mountain, which was where I lived. And just by happenstance, somebody was opening up a new pizza shop that I knew. I knew the people. They used to buy my food and stuff like that. And I just happened to go over there for their opening, because they invited me down there. I just wanted to go in there and show them some love. I wasn't going to be there long. Lo and behold, I run into the two twins from Jagged Edge. And they got one of the members from Organized Noise. I forget his name, but he ended up buying some music from me. Cash track, he just bought it straight out. And man, I tell you something, man. One of those twins, the more talkative one, I think his name is Brandon. And he told me, man, he said, man, you know what I like about your shit? He said, your shit don't sound like nobody else shit around here. And when you're in Atlanta, most of that shit sounds the same. And I don't know if that's what he was talking about or just the way I construct my music. I'm not thinking about nobody else's stuff. I'm thinking about what I like and what I think fits together. What instrument fits what behind this? You lower the tone of one instrument so it's kind of like an underbeat. I don't know if you ever heard of an underbeat or an under track. Mm-hmm. So it's like in layers. A track is made in layers. You make the guts of the track, but then you underneath it, there's some stuff going on that you kind of barely notice unless you listen to it a couple of times. When he was describing all that shit to me, he's just like, that's how we produce our tracks. I was like, what? Y'all produce tracks? He's like, man, hell yeah. He's like, what you think? Jermaine Dupri made all that shit? I'm like, yeah. He's like, man, they was having a big beef with Jermaine Dupri at the time about their money and contractual stuff that was going on. But that's one of the things about those two guys, man. People don't know that they produced their own music. It wasn't Jermaine Dupri. He just got the credit for it. But that's one of my little run-ins that I had down in Atlanta, man, and kind of validated me and made me feel I was already confident, but it validated my confidence. I knew that I had something good going on, and I never looked back after that. Now, kids, you can bring your ass in here, man, when you want to. You're sitting down there watching the show for you on mute.
Kids
I figured
awful.
I'd let you go ahead and wax poetic there before Philly Mikey get pissed off about you telling a story, but maybe you just get pissed off when I tell stories, and that's fine. Philly Mikey, you can be pissed off either way. Shout out to Philly Mikey. Shout out to Daniel and Dwayne and Jamal and Ron Winarski. Big ups to the whole fam out there paying attention on a Sunday night for Nomad at Night. And man, I guess it's been a slow week in Bearsville, huh?
Yeah, a little bit, but right now the Bears ain't at the top of my priority list. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I got some work done for us to make sure we got some guys to talk about and set you guys up real proper like for this draft, this mock draft. And you guys gonna run it, kids. I don't know how long you've been listening, but I'll let you and Trips orchestrate this whole thing with the No Maniacs, man. We're gonna let them pick them. But you guys set it up in a way that you guys see conducive for the show, and I'll just be quiet.
Oh, we're gonna let the No Maniacs do it tonight?
Yeah, well,
I think that's a great idea, actually. I think that's a great idea.
Class participation, if you will.
I think that's
not class. I'm sorry, audience participation.
Audience participation. That's cool. I like that. Get these guys involved, ingrained. Let them make the selections and see how things turn out. Okay, I'm with it.
Hey, Philly Mike, are you full of shit tonight, man? Are you telling the truth about you think LeBron tore his Achilles?
I tried to double check. To be frank with you, I tried to double check on it. I don't see anything online as yet, but he's saying he's watching the game right now. So, maybe it's going on as we speak.
Yeah, I went on Twitter to see if there's
that would be a headline. I don't see it.
Well, they coming up into playoffs right now. That would not be a good. But you know what though? He's getting up in age, man. You know what I mean? He's already surpassed. I think he's already surpassed where. No, that can't be.
Man,
I'm thinking he's been playing longer than Kareem, man. But I don't know if that's facts.
LeBron is 300 years old.
He's not a spring chicken, as they say. You know what I mean? But
he got
sure looks like one.
Philly Mike got us before with some bullshit, though. I gotta say that.
Oh, that is true. Yeah, he has come up in here with some BS on a couple of occasions. So
I ain't chasing your stories down this time, Philly.
To be verified, Philly Mike. To be verified.
But what's been going on in kids of Canuck land over in Canada, man? I was just looking at a linebacker from Quebec by way of Rutgers. He almost got on the show tonight. I just
what's the name? I think he's actually real good.
I think his name is Darius or something. Let me see, man.
Let me tell you, that Quebec team is generally really good. The prospects from Quebec are generally pretty good, man. I have to say they have a really good program over there. Because their program goes right up into my neck of the woods.
His name is Dariel Jabome.
Yeah, no, it doesn't ring a bell, man. But there's some players over there. Like I'm saying, their program goes right up into my neck of the woods and goes even further east out in towards I don't know, towards Halifax, towards Nova Scotia. It's a very large footprint for their program. So they kind of have the pick of the litter of certain kids to come over there and play. And so Duvernay Tardif is one guy who came out of that Quebec thing. I think Mike Sainrissil as well, if I'm not mistaken, also came out of Quebec. There's some good. It's either him or it's I think it's Sainrissil. But there's some good guys, man, that come out of that conference. That's for sure. They got a lot of talent over there.
I also want to tell you, man, we're gonna get a slot receiver here. I think you're gonna love this cat. I think Trips you will too. I think No Man's gonna love this cat. We're gonna talk about some players, but we trying to finish this little roundabout, man. Anything else going on in Kids of Canuck world before we get ready?
I've just been hurting in a major way, health wise, man. So I'm just trying to be about my health right now. That's it. That's all. That's where I'm at, man. So little extra workouts here and there, some real healthy grub, and you know, pills, vitamins, and prayers, man. But that's basically where I've been this past week. I kind of woke up, I think, right after the show last week, Monday, man, just not feeling good, and things haven't been great up until yesterday. Yesterday I felt fantastic, man, but things are still even a little bit sketchy today. So it's a constant battle, man. Gotta fight the good fight. So I'm out there doing the Rocky thing.
Well, don't y'all get that universal health care up there in Canada?
Oh, that means I don't have to pay for it when I go to the store, but like, you know what I mean. I still got to pay for it, and I'm paying for it in many different ways.
Well, I would say this, man, and we were just talking about this in a different kind of way with Triple R, talking about how we feeling and reasons why. And I'm not saying that anything that I said the trips has anything to do with what you're going through, but I tell you this, you guys ain't the only ones that ain't been feeling right. And I think it might actually be with the way you're taking care of yourself, kids, and that's it. It's just you just got to do better that way.
Yeah. Oh
But
no, I know what it is, man. Like I was saying to you guys the other day, it has everything to do with just a period of neglect on my behalf. I kind of I got back into smoking cigarettes and doing shit I shouldn't be doing, and like I know I shouldn't be doing that shit, and I was drinking a lot more heavily than I should have been over this last little course. So I'm gonna say last couple of months, eating things I shouldn't be eating either. So all of that sort of just came to a head there for me. You know, I'd say maybe even a couple of weeks ago, and I noticed it. Like even a couple of weeks ago, I kind of ignored it. But like I said to you guys last week, I went and worked out, and I was gassed super early. I was like, I know what this is. There's no questions as to what this is. This is definitely smoking related, but it wasn't just the smoking. It was all those other things that I just kind of laid out. So it was like, all right, now I gotta finish my workout. I was like, I'm back home now. Now I gotta just cold turkey this cigarette thing, which I can do. Not a big deal. So cold turkey that. I'm back on the wagon. Yeah. So I'm back in that respect, but then I had to do some other stuff with respect to just good old eating and everything else to get things lined up again. So there's a Notch. What up, Notch?
I'll tell you what I did
What up,
recently,
Notch?
and just because the winter, I kind of kick back a little bit more than I normally. This winter I did more than I normally would, and it's because I know I'm going to be so like being in shape and keeping good health is a lifestyle. It's not a gear that you shift in and shift out of. You know what I mean? It's not that it's a you have to stay in that gear and
Well,
do things to
Yeah, what
contribute.
is it? It's not a it's not a diet because diets are temporary. It has to be a lifestyle change
Yeah,
that you commit to.
yeah.
mhm.
And it's mental. It's mental, and then it becomes physical once you commit to it mentally. And so a couple of things I did recently was I went down and in the basement I had a couple of 25-pound dumbbells that I forgot I had, grabbed them up, went dusted off the push-up bars, and then I bought me a pull-up bar. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna whatever 5, 6, 7 pounds that I might have gained over this winter from not doing as much as I normally would, taking that little break, trim that shit right on off, sweat all that out, and I'm gonna turn into a skinny rail, and I'm gonna build it back in muscle. And so what I used to do, but I'm gonna start doing again, is like whenever I'm watching somebody's tape, I watch, let's just say half a game. I'll watch up to a half of somebody's reps, and I'll watch them, and maybe a whole. And then I'll get down and do 25 push-ups. Turn on another tape, do the same thing. Get down and do 25 push-ups. And before you know it, you got 100 push-ups out of nowhere. Got 100 push-ups out of nowhere. You're gonna be sore as F the next day. Because you just getting started, you're ripping your muscles apart. That's what you're doing when you're working out. You're ripping your muscles. That's why you're sore. But that's a good pain because they're going to regenerate stronger. And that's where the swell comes from. They rejuvenate. And so you keep doing that. And I'm going to hook up that pull-up bar back here while I'm doing all that stuff. Knock out me 10, 15, 20 of those at a time. Throw some dumbbell curls in there while I'm doing what I need to be doing for myself. You know, I'll go out there and sweat to begin with. As it gets warmer, I'm gonna go out there and cut grass. I'm gonna tend to the lawn. I'm gonna do my gardening. I'm gonna do all that shit outside that I need to do to keep good cardio and keep good blood health by sweating. I'm telling you all, most of people's problems are from not sweating enough because they're just your body's like a sponge to all the toxins until you release the toxins out of your pores.
Mm-hmm.
There's
that the sweating aspect to clean out the toxins and all that in your pores. There's the cardio aspect for your lungs and breathing. But aside from doing a aerobic, routine where you're, sweating and, got a shower after throughout the day, without building up a sweat while your, coffee's in the microwave, drop down and, get 5 push-ups in, and then go on about your business. Next time you go to the bathroom, stop on the way back, get 5, 10 push-ups in, go on about your day, break it up so that by the end of the day, you can say, hey, I've accomplished something and you should be proud of yourself because you've done 100 push-ups. Now, you didn't have to worry about, well, I got to dedicate, the time to getting to the gym or, the workout time. It's not, just do it, like you're supposed to eat, some for those people that have that metabolism, a little bit throughout the day, as opposed to, doing 1 meal a day and 1 exercise session a day, break it up, see what works. But when you recognize that you're sliding backwards or you're falling off the wagon, don't, kick yourself in the ass too much, but understand it's like, yeah, you fucked up. But then, get back on and keep striving for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right on. Yeah, man. That is all good advice that I will take under advisement. But yeah, man, I appreciate that. But that's, like I said, that's what my week looked like this past week, and that's what my weeks looked like these last couple of weeks. Real beautiful benefit is big shout out to the missus, who's been real cool, helping me through and being a partner during all this stuff, and as well as it looked like maybe spring might be around the corner. Like I don't want to jinx anything, knock on some wood, but couple of beautiful days out there these last few days, been able to get outside and touch grass and get maybe a couple walks around the block and things along those lines. So yeah, good for that, man. That'll definitely help as well.
You get some good commentary in there. You got Naj saying good cardiovascular is rollerblading in low traffic paved areas like a botanical garden.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sharon Collins, good advice along with working out. Fasting is also important. Very, very important. It's funny. We were just talking about, and this ain't got nothing to do with, and thank you guys for them comments. This ain't got nothing to do with that conversation, but it's awful ironic to me that we were talking about ribs and rib rub on the last show Wednesday. We're coming up on Monday is the anniversary of my girlfriend likes to celebrate it. The anniversary of her mom passing. Not celebrate it, but just remember it. And her favorite thing that I cooked was my ribs, barbecue ribs. And she would, man, I'm telling you, when you got somebody that's going through dementia and the stage that she got to. When I tell you that lady, my girl used to be so mad at me when I made them.
Why?
Because I'm gonna tell you, that lady would have barbecue sauce from one end of her face
Oh.
hair to the other. I mean,
It's a job, is what you're saying.
yeah,
Turn it to
yeah, big
barbecue.
time.
All
I
right.
mean, it'd be all in the back of her hair, top of her hair, all over her face because the
She
motor
forgot what
skills,
napkins was.
no,
Mhm.
it's not that the motor skills ain't right. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So
yeah.
instead of you, like when you go grab a rib, you grab that rib and you bring it to your face and you bite it.
Give me
Like
that bone.
she will, instead of her motor skills telling her to do that, that's what the brain does to it. She moves closer to the rib, and she's got almost her whole plate her whole face into the plate. And so when she
Hey.
comes out of there, she's getting it, but she's getting a whole lot of the mess that comes with it too. And guess who had to clean it up?
Well, yeah. Well, hey, put it like this: I'd rather clean up barbecue sauce than the other end.
You gotta do that too,
Oh,
man.
yeah. Okay.
Do
Well,
that too.
two for one, Trip.
that's gonna happen too, bro.
Same
Damn.
toolage, same equipment.
Yeah.
But something that would be good as remembrances, as not you think back on those loved ones that have passed on, and something that menu wise and activity wise, you cook those ribs and whatever sides and desserts that she liked. You maybe put in that movie or music that she liked to listen to have that remembrance. And and once that wave of tears pass, it'll be some laughter, and then it'll be some more tears and be some more laughter, and it'll just be a nice, you know, um, just remembrance and celebration of that person's life and that person's spirit. And wherever that spirit is, I'm sure that they would appreciate being remembered, and especially remembered for their likes, because to know someone's likes, you have to know someone. You have to care enough about them for that and love them for that. And I think that would be some nice energy to put out there.
Yeah, it was hard to it was a struggle between me and her, my girlfriend, not me and the mom, but me and the girlfriend, because she's upset because I was making 'em. I'm like, I like them too. Shit. You know what I mean? We on a keto diet, man. We eat any meat we can get for the most part. And so we get over that little part. And now we're past that. She's passed on, and that's what she remembers. So she wants to every year, this time of year, do ribs in memory of her mom. Now, if you can remember the part when I told y'all, my girlfriend is, people that eat the ribs I make, most people want the marinade, but she's one of the people that likes to rub more times than not. And I gave her the choice. The other day, I was just like, you can pull them out now, and this is like 3 days ago, and I can start the marinade process now, or you can wait until like the night before they let them unthaw, and then I'll peel them and rub them and do all the stuff I need to do to them, take care of them. We'll cook them that day. Your choice. Oh, she's like, all right, I'll think about it. I just knew it was going to be rubbed. Next day, I woke up and those son bitch was in the sink, and that told me that she wanted to marinate it. And I'm just like, hold on, you really starting to come over to the dark side, ain't you? You know what I mean? Because that's not her game, man. She don't care. She wants her shit rubbed with certain kinds of flavors. She likes peach and she likes apple. I ain't mad at that. But I would have did it either way, but she likes it the way I make it.
All
So
right.
that was cool.
Hey, we like what we like.
All right. That I just had to get that
AC.
out there. Y'all ready to get into some football players, man? Because I got a few to talk about real quick before we get into this draft stuff.
Yeah, send it.
We should.
All right, now when y'all hear me say clip this, it's just me telling the algorithm and StreamYard to clip this clip and make it easy for me to make shorts out of. So just know what I'm trying to do here. All right. So we'll get to the first player. Hold on, let me move us around a little bit.
Yeah, big up Notch. Carson's.
So this is Dayon Hayes, a defensive end out of Texas A&M. Dayon Hayes is 6'3", 6'4", 264, 265 pounds. Perfect for the 4-3 defense in Dennis Allen's scheme. And I'll just say this right off the top. I know everybody is over the moon about Cassius Howell, the other defensive end from Texas A&M, and I love that cat. Just to be just clear, I wish he was just a little bit bigger, and he'd be the perfect fit here. However, time with Dennis Allen has shown me that he likes a certain kind of body type, and I have to stay true to that information that he's laid out for us. And Dayon Hayes is exactly that. Right there at the size that he'd be looking for. 6'3", 6'4", 265 pounds. The dude is exceptionally quick off the ball. Number one, that's the first thing you notice about him for a cat his size. Exceptionally quick off the ball. And he's got an array of moves that I really, really like. And they're not refined yet. So he is definitely going to be a guy that he's going to get a whole lot better once he's around some really good defensive ends and good coaches. He's going to get a whole lot better. But on the college level, he's kind of unstoppable at times. And they don't always end up in sacks. But this guy has got a nice array of ways to get to the quarterback. The rip under is effective, but I think his cross chop is really, really effective. That's something I'm talking about. Cross chopping, I mean chopping the arms off of the offensive lineman and then moving forward with a little bit of bend. And he's got, I'll just say better than average bend.
That's what I see on the tape right now. I'm watching him while you're talking, and he's got some very, very nice bend, man. You see that jumps off the tape.
For a big guy, that's not easy to find.
No, you're right. He's a little bit shorter and larger than your average edge rusher, I suppose is the best way to put that. But he's fast and he gets underneath tackles, which is very cool.
He gets underneath. He uses his pads well. Pretty good bend for a guy his size. Guys that heavy typically don't have really good bend. You know, they just don't. And they can have bend, but they don't keep proper balance. He keeps his feet. Hardly ever see him on the ground often. He keeps his feet and he maintains his trajectory to the quarterback. And that's what you want. A good steady motor. He runs sideline to sideline really, really well. And I think this guy's a good ball of clay that any good defensive coordinator worth his salt or defensive line coach could really sink his teeth into this cat. Really sink his teeth into him. Won't be hearing about him on these other channels, I promise you. Unless there's some really detailed guys that played that notice the kind of things about Dayon Hayes that really stick out. But I think his hand fighting, I think that is I think it's better, well above average in college. And I think he has the potential to really turn that into an extremely strong weapon of his on the next level. Because he's got the quicks, he's got the power as a pass rusher to get to the quarterback. He gets a ton of pressures now. Gets a lot of pressures. He gets in and around the quarterback often. They just don't always end up in sacks because, you know, most college teams play the quick game more times than not. So, you know, defensive ends ain't gonna get 20 and 30 sacks, man. It's just not gonna happen. They just get rid of the ball a lot. And so I think this is a good piece. Now, the other part of him that I think is really, I think his strongest suit is his run defense.
Yeah.
This guy can crash, man. He can really support the run game. You have both of those things as I think the run game is definitely his strong point. But I think another part of his game that's going to get better and better and better as he plays as a pro is going to be his pass rushing ability. I think it's decent now, but I think it's going to get strong with the right coach. You put him in Chicago around Dennis Allen, these coaches, and I think this player just does nothing but excel. He's got the size, he's got the traits, he's everything they're looking for. Any thoughts about him, kids? Anything you want to share since you're looking at him?
Really, I think you gave a really good synopsis of this particular player. Like I say, cross chop is nice. He has a bit of a long arm stab as well that he does, but I think the bulk of it is that bend and get underneath, and speed. Like he's faster than you would think at the size that he presents at. Um, I just wanted to take a look at where some of these mock drafts have him listed. He might wind up being undrafted, which isn't crazy, right? Imagine you get your pass rusher of the future as an undrafted free agent, right?
And that, things like this, a player like that, I never did take the time to see where he might be projected. However, if that's the case where he goes undrafted, and that would explain a lot of the reason why they kept so many seats open on the bus, so many open positions.
I want you to get deeper into that, but
That would explain a lot to me, man. I said that once on the show. That could be something that they think that they can really hit home runs in, and maybe after the draft.
yeah, I don't think you want to bet farms on that.
I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either, but that might be a thought, man.
There is a visualization that we will see that will kind of show why, like a Dayon could go undrafted, and you'll see it in a little bit. But we can go ahead to the next guy there when you're ready, Matt.
If Ked's is done, you done?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I think he looks really nice. Just to wrap everything up in a ball, he gets a lot of pressure, and he's sending that pressure over to Cassius Howell on the other side. So it may be a little situation where Cassius is getting the benefit of a lot of the pressure that he might be creating on from one side to the next. Imagine that with a Montez Sweat, and you may wind up having something along the lines of increased numbers for Montez Sweat on the other side of the ball. So I'll leave that there. This is a very interesting prospect for sure in Dayon Hayes.
One last thing before we leave Dayon Hayes. An interesting thing I noticed I've been watching a lot of Texas A&M film the last 3 years, and this one starting to pick up some. They run kind of a hybrid 4-3. They're in a lot of 3-4, which is what makes it hybrid as well. But they run a lot of 4-3 edge rushers with their fingers in the dirt. That's kind of when you're looking at defense and trying to figure out what they're running. Always start with the front and work your way back. And when you see edge rushers with their fingers in the dirt, more times than not, that's usually a 4-3 base front. And so you see those edge rushers, especially Dayon Hayes. It's kind of like what we were doing here the last time we had a playoff contender when Lovey was here. We had a quicker, more dynamic edge rusher on one side and a bigger, heavier one on the other side, if you can remember. Think about it. That's the way they set it up. They wanted somebody to complement the power on the other side with speed and quickness. That's kind of how they have it set up at Texas A&M and what they were doing. And so I noticed that while watching the tape the last few years, but it really dawned on me watching Dayon Hayes and Cassius Howell across from each other.
It does jump out. That's a good call.
All right, let's get to the next guy. Clip this. Keegan Tross from Missouri. Keegan is 6'4", 316 pounds. First thing you notice, and I've been talking about this guy for about a couple months at least. I've been mentioning him at least, during mock drafts or something. I know I've brought his name up.
We've drafted him a couple of times on this show.
Did we?
Yeah, you've already highlighted him as one of from your kennel.
Keegan, I'm telling you right now, Dan Roshar, Ben Johnson are looking at these offensive tackles and saying, what can we do where? And what do you like about some of these guys? And the guys we're talking about tonight, the offensive line we're talking about tonight, really, really excel in the run game, first of all. They really, really excel in the run game and in wide zone schemes. Wide zone, inside zone schemes. Those kinds of schemes, your tackles, your guards, your center have to be able to move. And that is definitely his strong point. He's really athletic, really mobile, and he's right there at the size that I think they're looking for. His feet kind of remind me, think what you want about Braxton Jones, but he's got some really quick feet. Really quick feet. And that helps him be kind of, when he's healthy, exceptional in the run game, really getting out there and getting on blocks and hitting target points and things like that. First thing you notice about Keegan Tross is he's really, really athletic and can really, really move in the wide zone scheme, mid zone, inside zone schemes. And that's going to definitely be a guy that the Bears inside this building he's going to show up he's on their board. I guarantee you that. Where he's on their board, who knows? But I am telling you guys, this guy's going to be a player. I think he can excel in a wide zone scheme and in power. I wouldn't say that power was his biggest strength, but he is a mauler. He's a finisher as well. Good hands, solid pass protector too. Solid pass protector, solid anchor. He's perfect, man. He's not too big, not too small, and can really move. But I am telling you, man, he is a weapon in the running game. Now, he played not exclusively, but mostly right tackle at Missouri. But you see within that tape, he gets kicked over to the left side at times, whether it be somebody goes down in injury. He's definitely their best offensive lineman. And he gets moved around a little bit just because he's the best guy. And if somebody has to move positions, they're going to pick Keegan. And so he had to go over there and get some reps on the left-hand side, look good. And so I don't want people to think, oh, we can't draft another right tackle. Shit, the hell we can't. The hell we can't. We can draft him, and he'll go over there and he'll get reps in. I think he'll be good in this. He's perfect for what we do. Absolutely perfect. He just happens to take most of his reps at Missouri on the right-hand side.
You know where he's from?
Kankakee.
I was just gonna say he's from your neck of the woods.
Right. That's right. I tell you, I know the kid, but that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not capping for him. I'm talking about pure what he's built himself into being. Guys put in work. Skinny, frail kid for a long time, but then he got in the weight room, man, and he started working with the strength and conditioning people, and I can see it, physically, and I can see it that he's imposing his will on people with that power that he gained. You can see he's chasing dudes over to the sidelines, dude. When I tell you he's a finisher, he's a finisher. He's a real finisher. He got a snotty little attitude sometimes too. And I like that.
Well, I'm not a big fan of the, right tackle thing, but you have more faith in that than I do. And that's fine. Here's where
I'll tell you this, kids. All you have to do to know whether or not a guy can translate to the other side. Yes, it's not as simple as we make it sound, but when you see somebody fluidly during the middle of a game get kicked over to the left side, just out of pure need, and the game, whatever the game needs, you just kick him over there and he just effortlessly just absorbs the role and executes the game plan well. That tells you two things. Number one, all you need is the feet. And yes, the dynamics and the technique changes from right technique to left technique. If you're fluid enough physically, it's an effortless task to ask somebody. And he's athletic like that.
So here's my thing about this. Like he's projected to be about a 5th round draft pick, which is absolutely fine. And in that respect, I think you select him anyways as a more or less late round selection, and it gives you the opportunity to sort of develop and get him prepared for a life on the left. Much like you did Ozzie Trapil, but that's my thoughts there. I wouldn't by any stretch of the imagination sit here and say that, you know, you can't move from right to left. I just think it takes a little bit of time and having the expectation and putting the pressure on the kid to go out there and be a starter on the left right away might be a little bit crazy. You know what I mean? But, you know, give him a little bit of time, develop the kid, and get him ready for that life on the left, and I think he'll do just fine.
I think his athleticism is that fluid. The fact that he seamlessly did that, and I can't remember which game I was watching, but they kicked him over, and he did it seamlessly. It tells you a couple things. He's got coordination, and he's not like the people that take so many reps on one side or the other on an offensive line. Most of these people are very mechanical people, and memory, just muscle memory, is more effective on that person than the next. This guy is just a fluid athlete. It was just like, okay, I just got to go to the left side and execute. And that's what you saw. He just went over there and executed. And so that tells me that if you can do that mid-game and execute and still win that game and you not be the problem, yes, the NFL is the next level. But it told me that Keegan Tross is capable of anything. Doesn't matter where you put him on that offensive line. Left tackle, right guard, left guard. That guy can play it. He's a sleeper in this draft. I'm telling you, kids, this is a good, you talking about wide zone scheme teams like the Chicago Bears. He is on Dan Rochar's radar, and I guarantee you he and Ben Johnson have looked at this tape.
No, like I say, he looks good on tape. I see what you're saying about this particular player. He gets upfield too in the run game when it comes that time. But you know, end of the day, you know, I don't know. You know, it's like exactly what I would be looking for at the left tackle position. I don't want them going into this draft. This is a you know, this is a Keds Canuck personal view here. Feel about it as you will, but I don't really want them going into this draft selecting a left tackle high. That's just me. I think they've spent a fair amount of capital at that position already, and probably you know, don't want to really cannibalize that existing capital on the team, and you know. But you do want to have competition at that position, and your left tackle is hurt, and so I do believe you go and you get a guy that you've actually scouted and looks real good, and you can develop into something. And I think Keegan Tross actually embodies all of those things.
And while we understand that it may just be due diligence that Ryan Poles is doing, but he has been, you know, up close and personal looking at, you know, offensive linemen and left tackles. You know, I think he was right there, you know, for Caden Proctor and Monroe Freeling and some of the other, you know, Lomu top prospects at left tackle. So his eyes are definitely on the position. And, you know, if Truce is somebody they feel that, you know, Dan Rochar and Ben Johnson and them can develop, you know, with that athletic profile later back in the draft, you know, that's right up Ryan Poles' alley right there.
Mm-hmm. I love the player, not because he's from my neck of the woods, but I love the traits, man. I love the athleticism, how well he excels in the zone schemes and executes at a high level. He's not perfect, and no lineman is in college, but I'm telling you, this guy's got a high, powerful hand, strong hands, really good reach, and really when he's aiming points, man, that's one of the other things that really stuck out with Keegan is the job, especially when you have to go mid zone and go from two aiming points, one aiming point to the next one. You got to go low with the tackle and then go out and reach a safety or a linebacker. He aims and hits his target points with a high accuracy. And that's one of the things that coaches look for too. Are you missing your target points when you have to go and combo block? Are you hitting your landing spots or are you not? Another thing that's kind of underrated when watching offensive linemen, hitting your target spots and not whiffing. So he does that at a very high level. So last thing about Keegan Tross, man. Next guy, you guys, I know you guys already know about Emmett Johnson from Nebraska at this point. Hopefully you do. But if you don't, Emmett Johnson is 5'11", 200 pounds even. And lightning in a bottle is what he is. I'll tell you the bad thing, Trips. You probably want to know this. Will he block? Will he pass protect? He will stick his body in there. But trust me, he's going to get mowed down.
Damn. Is he a little fella?
At least you're honest
He's
about
not
it.
the biggest guy, man. He's not the biggest guy, but he doesn't lack in heart at all. And that's really, at the end of the day, when some...
What did you say he was now? 5'11"?
About 5'10", 5'11".
He ain't no 5'10" or 5'11", but keep going.
Okay, well, I'm just...
Well, no, he's listed at 5'10" and 202.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I'm going to clip this take on Emmett Johnson. He is the juke button on the PlayStation. That's him. They made the juke button for him. I'm almost scared when I watch him play sometimes because he sticks his foot in the ground so hard and so with so much abruptness.
He's fast too, man. He's fast.
He don't got the long speed now. Like he has like
he's got long speed than a lot of other people.
Sudden burst and acceleration for about a good 20, 30 yards. If I was to talk to Emmett Johnson, if I had a conversation with him, you know what I would tell him? I was like, dog, first thing you do is you go get with the nearest track coach you can find. And he can teach you how to maintain your speed down the field. Because you see him get run down for a little guy one too many times for me. And he's just like I was before I started running track. Great burst, great initial quickness. And I'm leaving people for like 30, 40 yards. And then after that, I didn't know how to maintain my speed. So it's form running. And so I think he would greatly benefit from that. He does that. I think he is who he reminds me of is A-Chain, Devon A-Chain from Miami.
I can see the comparison. Okay.
So this is a good back, pretty good receiver out of the backfield, willing pass protector, but not very effective. He's just not big enough to really withstand the pounding that he'd take. You know what I mean? You wouldn't want this guy, for 3 downs until he puts on another 10, 15 pounds.
He didn't look an inch or a pound bigger than Kyle Manungai though. On film.
Kyle Manungai is much stronger.
And he will pass protect the hell out of you. Like he that was what impressed me about watching his film initially. Was holy smokes, he will put his nose out there and make his impression felt against any defender. Manungai does not care. And real talk, that came off in the NFL, right? Like that translated immediately. We got to see that very quickly. Whereas like similar run style it's just that the jump cut's crazy though. Like his juke is pretty nasty.
It's nasty.
Yeah.
He's see what I notice about running backs right away, the first thing I notice is vision.
He's got good vision too. Yeah.
It's you're not just going through the hole that is drawn up for you. You have to read the blocking setup. You have to if it's supposed to go through a lane and you're trying to stay true to the blocking pattern and the running lane prepared for you, you stay there when it's available to you. But when you don't see it developing, you have to make ad hoc decisions.
Sometimes you have to create it.
Yeah. Right? A lot of times, probably I just say it's gonna be that like 75 to 80% of the
most of the time.
Yeah. So he's very good at ad-libbing.
He is. You can that translates very quickly. That juke that we're talking about freezes men, you know what I mean, and moves bodies. And in that, he kind of creates his own holes in his own lanes, and then just accelerates through them. Like this, he's a really nice piece to have. But again, his pass pro is going to take some time to grow.
He's going to take some time to grow.
I agree.
and his pass pro will follow that. Yeah, he's just got to get physically stronger to be an every down back. But when you're talking about bringing a third down back in to get you, bring what DeAndre Swift can bring to the table and being dynamic in that way, he's perfect in that regard because he's a receiver too. So he can go out there and line up at the slot and get you some reps on screens and get you 4 or 5 yards you need on a third down. Just many, many different ways you can use a guy like this to really, really weaponize the running back position in a different way. You know what I mean? He's very explosive. He just does lack the finishing speed. And that's an easy fix for guys that haven't run track before. A track coach can get that out of you within a few days. He can teach you some things, form running, and next thing you know, you maintaining. Once you break top speed, you can maintain that top speed for another 40 or 50 yards, as opposed to you got that 30, 40-yard burst and then you tail off. That's what track can give you. So that would be my suggestion to him if he would ever see this short somewhere. Get a track coach, man. He'll be making millions in 5 years. Any other thought?
No, I'm just looking forward to the whatever back that they pick that has that home run hitting speed, and it sounds like with this Johnson, his skills, jump cut wise, his vision that he fits there is just like you're saying. If he could increase the fleet of footness, he would seem to be a perfect Johnson fit. But I'm sure that Ben Johnson wants that home run hitter.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think he's that. I think he's just probably, like I said, a track coach away from putting it really over the top for him. But yeah, easy fix. That's not anything he'd have to work on for years and years. He had that down in a few weeks. That's how quick I got it. So, all right, man. Next guy is Justin Jolly, tight end out of NC State. Clip this. This guy this is a big receiver, is what he is. Justin Jolly is a big, giant receiver. He is 6'3", 251 pounds. And you look at him on tape, and it's going to be hard for you to, like, where's the 251? You mean to tell me he's 250 pounds? Moving like that? Yeah, he's every bit of it. And what's different about him is how powerful and strong his lower body is. Very powerful lower body. Things that stuck out to me right away, I'll tell you. He's all hands. And when I say he's sure-handed, he is sure-handed. He's snagging stuff out of the air, one-handed, over his head, behind him, a yard or two out in front of him. He finds a way to get that ball in his hands. And to me, the most striking aspect about him is, like, when I say how fast a receiver transitions into a running back, I'm going to explain myself. Reception of the ball, turning and getting upfield, and turning into a running back. And so he catches it and transitions so quickly. That's a trait that not all tight ends have. He's more fluid and athletic than Cole Kmet, not Cole Kmet, but Colston Loveland, and heavier. They set up screenplays for this guy, and I'm telling you, he's really effective at that. Really effective. Bubble screens, tight end screens, wide screens, middle screens. Anytime that they can get the ball in this guy's hands, he's very effective. And he turns into a running back when he gets it. Sure-handed, very reliable, pretty much a quarterback's binky. This guy is a weapon. He'll probably be, if not first or second, probably the first one or two tight ends off the board. People love Kenyon Sadiq. I like him too, but this guy is very much, he can also line up in line and get a lot of work. It's not like he did a lot of it at NC State, but when they asked him to, he was very effective at it. So he's a willing blocker as well and effective. This guy's the complete package.
I'm looking at just the thumbnail you have here, and it's something that stands out that you mentioned about his hands. just in the picture, I'm just reminded of that Seinfeld episode where he goes out on a date with this woman and they called her man hands because her hands were like huge, like a man's. And then you look at him adjusting his jersey here on this picture, and you look at his hands, and it's like, damn, no man, what'd you do? Like blow up his hands to make them bigger or something? Because they just look abnormally, just disproportionately sized for his arms.
Look at Trip with the good eyes, man. I was wondering who was going to notice that.
So I guess he's plucking, footballs, out the air, just one-handed all kind of way like this. Like, give me that. That's mine. One hand.
Looks like you can pluck a bird out the sky.
That is right. That is not AI. That is him. That is him. And so you go through, and they're here and there, you know what I mean? But it's many times I've seen this guy just snatch the ball out of the clear air, just one hand, just without even using the other hand to gather it. Just pops into his hands, and he tucks it, and he goes. Huge monstrosities of hands. Like Big Show shit. Well, it's the Big Show. Mm-hmm. Big old hands on him.
I was almost going to do it. I'm really glad you went and did it. That was actually great. I would make more of a sure-handed. He ain't Cole Kmet though. He's more of a weapon.
He's way more fluid than Cole Kmet. He's a little more fluid than Colston.
I can't make that comparison, sir. I can't. Like Colston's a bit of a I think we're gonna see that this year. Colston's a bit of a cheat code. He's very oily and fluid in them routes, bro. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna see some stuff there this season, I think. Now that it took, in my opinion, it just took Caleb a little while to get acclimated to what Colston Loveland actually was on this team. And once he did, he started to utilize it a little bit late in the season. And Colston was hurt throughout, for a couple of games there early into the season too. So I think we're going to see an explosion from him this year. But this guy, man, this guy's got some hands, and he's got some after some yak on him, he'll get that. He'll bring that ball in and get you a little bit more.
Telling you, man, this guy is, for the day that Cole Kmet ain't with us.
Well, even then, he's probably he might be like an early third, late second rounder. This guy, like he's of that ilk. He's a solid tight end. So I'm not really sure. I'm not sure if the Bears are going to be in. You know what I mean? I don't know if they're going to be in the tight end market that early in this particular draft, but if somebody is, they're going to get one hell of a player.
Hey, we didn't think they would be that early into the game, but I tell you this, man, you should have learned at this point with the way they use tight ends in this offense this year, with Colston, with Cole, with even Durham Smythe. They use tight ends to really discombobulate defenses. Putting extra tight ends on the field forces the defense's hands. You're going to have to play a certain kind of defense because those extra tight ends are out there. You're going to have to play with a heavier front. So let's say in the 4-3, you're playing a 4-3 defense like our 4-3, where most of the time, the third linebacker comes off the field for a nickel corner, right? You line up with 2 and 3 tight ends on the field, guess what? That linebacker needs to stay on the field. And this cat, Justin Jolie from NC State, is a linebacker's worst nightmare.
Yeah, he's a mismatch, man. He's a mismatch for sure.
You dream about him, you waking up feeling like you peed on yourself as a linebacker. Golly, we got to deal with him this week. He's a matchup nightmare for a linebacker. But that's what a heavy tight end package will bring to the table for you. And Ben Johnson uses it with precision and genius. I love it. More teams should do it, but since we're talking about this football player, I think he would be a great addition to the Chicago Bears and just make us even more dynamic. It's about where you can get a guy. I'm not into, where he might be drafted or selected, but if you get a hold of him, man, this guy right here is gonna make the offense even more dynamic and explosive. All right, let's get to the next player. Let's get to some more offensive linemen. Clip this. This is center Logan Jones out of Iowa. And anybody with any offensive line chops knows if you're going to start studying and doing film work on offensive line prospects, you better start in the Big Ten. And Iowa is a good place to start. Logan Jones is a little bit undersized. He's 6'3", 302 pounds. But he makes up for it with the wide zone scheme that they run at Iowa a lot. This guy can really, really move, kids and trips. I mean, really move. I heard that he ran a 4.8, 4.9 or something in the 40, somewhere in that neighborhood, which don't mean a whole lot to me. I can see that on the field. It really dawned on me watching. I think it was Michigan. I think it might have been a Michigan State game. I might be wrong. Michigan State game. But the amount of times they asked him to combo block in the mid zone, go from getting that nose tackle, jumping up and getting that linebacker, and him doing it so fluidly. Logan Jones is kind of a freakish athlete at offensive line because of his quickness. And so all the things we like about Drew Dahlman was his quickness and his ability to be able to execute in the blocking scheme in the wide zone. Logan Jones is that. He's all that. Combo blocking, wide zone blocking, aiming point, hitting his target, always on point. Pretty damn good in the pass as a pass blocker. I think he only allowed 1 sack in I think about 2 years. I might be wrong there, but I'm pretty sure that's a stat I ran across. That's impressive. When you start talking about pass protection, and that's really good. But his overall more poignant strength is in the running game. All that good I said about his pass protection is one thing, and it's really good. But his strength is definitely executing in the run game. He's a little undersized mauler is what he is. He can really play, man. This is a sleeper. A lot of people say he's the best center in the NCAA this year. A lot of people would tell you that. This guy is really good, y'all. Really, really good. Great communicator. Effortless motor. Effortless zone blocking scheme. I mean, he's just good at all they ask him to do. This is an excellent football player, you guys, man. I don't know where he might be drafted, but wow.
So they're looking at him late 3rd, early 4th round. If he falls, he should probably be around, pick 129 for the Bears, which again would be a great place to select your center of the future. So, there's your answer there, Scrolls. I'd say probably with pick 129 for the Bears, a Logan Jones would be a good selection.
And I think if you basically saying mid rounds,
mm-hmm.
and I think he's better than mid round. To be honest,
that's perfect. That's what you have to understand to a degree is just that some positions are premium and are at a premium, whereas others are not. This is definitely not a premium position, the center position. Hate to say that, centers out there on the planet Earth, but it's just a factual truth. The upside is they get drafted. They're just not going to be drafted in your first round. Like you generally don't see a first round center nowadays. Olin Kreutz is a few and far between. That being said, a couple of rounds back, there will be a run on centers. So probably not your first round, probably not your second round unless it's real late in the second round if there's some very special talent. But come the third round, there's going to be a very large run, in my opinion, on centers. And I think Logan Jones might be towards the end of that run. And if he falls outside of the run, that places him in a very interesting area for the Chicago Bears.
He reminds me of I think his name is Tyler Lindenbaugh.
Mm-hmm.
Cody or Tyler? It's Tyler?
Tyler
Lindenbaugh when he was in college. That's what he reminds me of. Just gets it done. Just gets it done.
His height and weight is perfect for what we're trying to do. So that's another little piece. He's not too tall, you know what I mean? He's not he's got a good stature, and he's a little bit of like a badger. Like that's like the animal that comes to mind. He's out there doing it big against, big defensive linemen, but kind of keeping a low profile at the same time. So like I'm going to compare, it's a terrible comparison, but the Jason Kelce-esque in stature.
Yeah. I mean, watching him play, I don't know if I'm doing him any justice when I tell you how freakish he is athletically for a 300-pound guy. Like his movement ability is off the charts, kids. I'm telling you. Trips, I'm telling you, it's special to watch.
Well, I like the fact that not only does he have the movement to, pull and do all that good stuff in the run game, but he can squat and he has that anchor to, withstand those 375-pound nose tackles lined up over him, coming off, with the hair on fire right at the snap. And he, is not getting pushed back into the quarterback's lap all the time.
Good anchor for 300 light, a little bit of light. There's some guys that have him listed at about 295, 298, somewhere in that region. But I know one thing, he carries his weight very well and can drop that anchor on a dime. And I've seen him play against some big dudes, man. Some big dudes. I mean, I'm talking about 320, 330-pound dudes and hold his own.
Yo, the homie can do, holy smokes.
You looking at him, huh?
Well, I'm looking at him, and I'm looking at some other stuff in relation to him. Apparently he can squat 705 pounds. So there's your anchor, bro.
That explains it all.
Right? You know what I mean? Like that's a serious squat.
You can buckle down. Your knees don't buckle to 700 pounds. You can handle a defensive tackle.
Yes, sir.
350.
Yes, sir. Without giving out. Ain't no well, yeah, 705. It's wild. 34-inch vertical jumping. Okay, kid, you go, bro.
So what you're saying is he never missed leg day.
No, he's all about leg day. He likes the leg day.
I'm telling you, I told y'all he's a piece, man. He's a real piece, man. I might be more impressed with him and maybe Pat Coogan just because of all that experience and just the way he executes in the highest level games. Pat Coogan is very impressive, but this guy might be physically more impressive than them all.
Okay.
Right on. Cool.
Just telling you, man, this cat's a piece. Put him in a Bears uniform, and we got our center for the next 10 years.
As the expression goes.
We got two more guys to get to, fellas. We got a linebacker that is pit bull. Clip this. Clip this. Linebacker Torian York is a pit bull / bloodhound. Mix them two dogs together, you got total aggression versus a nose that once it starts, it don't stop. Man, he's got a nose for the ball. And when I tell you he's got a nose for the ball, man, he's a heat-seeking missile when it comes to it. This tackler. I mean, I'll get to what I think is, I ain't gonna say is weak, dude. He's 5'10". Let me get it right. 5'10", 227 pounds. Torian York is 5'10", 227 pounds. And first thing people would want to do is knock him for his height. And say, okay, that's not your typical middle linebacker size or something like that. Maybe he's not a middle linebacker for some teams.
Definitely not a middle, but he's a rocket.
He's a pit, ain't he?
He's a rocket, bro. He's shooting the gap like nothing doing
and blowing everything up.
Yeah. He's a small little, like I see what like Pitbull's a great word. Like he's a small little, heat-seeking missile.
I told you I've watched a lot of Texas A&M.
London Fletcher comp.
Texas A&M. That's a
yeah, okay.
A little stronger and faster. Probably a little stronger and faster.
You're right on Shad on Sports with that London Fletcher comp.
That's a good comp. I like it. But this guy, it's like he plays like everybody in the world has always doubted him. That looks like his attitude and temperament.
Chip on the shoulder. I can see it. He plays to the echo of the whistle there, Trip, like you'd like to say. Mm-hmm. That's how he does.
It's like everybody's told him what he can't do his whole life.
Yeah, he shouldn't be
show him what he can do.
I laugh because like if it was me and I was his coach, I would be like, bro, like you shouldn't be you shouldn't be getting down the way you're getting down. And he gets down, man.
He's a little fire hydrant, man.
He is something else.
He's on the asses, ain't he? I mean, he's on everything.
He's got great football IQ, great football instincts, and just lightning speed. He gonna make a tackle no matter where you are. He's coming to tackle your behind. And man, yeah, let's just state the facts now. He's small. He's undersized. You know what I mean? He ain't no Tremaine Edmonds is probably a better way of putting it.
He's a wee little fella.
He's a little guy. But boy, is he coming at you and he's going to put you down. He's going to find you. You know what I'm saying? Like this is fun tape to watch.
He's a pit mixed with the bloodhound because of that nose for the ball. And that just that field IQ and just being able to read and get through.
Yeah, because I see why kids is laughing because when Mr. York tackles you, he puts the ball carrier into the ground like this. Like I told you about taking my shit one on little.
Like somebody stole something from him. You know what I mean? Give me back my lunch.
Every time he sees like just a little bit, and it's all legal, but it's just very aggressive. He's a very aggressive and solid, sure tackler.
Let's just say Napoleon complex, maybe
to the 100th degree.
I would say a little bit, but that just might fire him up even more.
Fire his ass up. He might be a bear. So I think he's a will linebacker. At the least, he's a Mike, not a Mike, but a Jack or a Sam linebacker. But Will is really where you want him to be at, somebody that can chase.
Yeah, he'd be he's what you want Ruben Hippolyte to be.
Yeah,
when he grows up.
It's really tenacious as hell, ain't he?
Oh man, I like I say, I'm enjoying this linebacker tape. To be frank with you, man, this is
I figured you guys would.
This is
see ball, get ball.
Yeah, and again, like I said, Torian York is definitely his strongest point. Is definitely fitting the run game. He's going to be an absolute pit bull. He's going to lock onto him, and ain't no turning him loose. He's going to find you. You got that ball, okay? I'm finna get a hold of you. That's what he does.
He has like that. He's kind of like Le'Veon Bell as a linebacker. You know what I mean? He kind of has that patience, waiting for the gap to spring open and see where the running back is going. And then it's just he just shoots the gap. You know what I mean? He's shooting that gap with full force, and he's coming at you. I like this player. Now I got to see where he's positioned now.
Well, I'm glad y'all like him. Any last thoughts on him? Because I love this guy.
So he's about a 4th rounder, smack in the middle. I think that might be right around where the Bears would be looking to add linebacker talent, to be honest with you. So that's a really good spot.
Anthony Wilson, we're not doing a mock draft yet. We're just showing some prospects before we do the mock draft.
And I'm not on that screen right now. I'm looking at the depth chart here on linebackers. And just right now, we got Sanborn, DeMarco Jackson, Devin Bush, TJ Edwards coming off injury, Noah Sewell, coming off injury, and possibly, the development of Dominique Hampton and Ruben Hippolyte. What can he offer in year number 2? This is not a position, a group of linebackers that you can go into the season and say, oh, yeah, we're set at linebacker. So, I mean, it's going to have to be addressed in the draft.
Yeah. I love this football player, fellas. You're right, Trips, but I love this football player. Just he plays the linebacker role the way the linebacker role is meant to be played. Physical, aggressive, and with a whole lot of intelligence to be able to react, and do it with speed and tenacity, man. He's just everything I like in a will linebacker. I love him as a will linebacker. Love him as a will linebacker. Right. You just can't take nothing from him, man. This guy is going to be, let's just say, maybe not in the top 5 to 7 linebackers, but after that first wave of linebackers, he's going to be one of the first ones to come off. And whenever those guys start to come off the board, and there's some good linebackers in this draft.
Yeah, it's probably gonna, like, the ones that I'm interested in, I'll be frank with you, outside of anyways, the ones that I'm interested in would fall around the 4th round. He now falls into that area as well. Harold Perkins is close, Kyle Lewis is close, like they're near each other. From a draft projection perspective, but those will kind of be the guys that I would be looking at in that area. Man, now I got to look at them other boys myself to really compare them to Torian, because I really enjoyed this film.
All right, I got another guy. Last guy.
Who you got?
And clip this. This is wide receiver DT Sheffield out of Rutgers. I guarantee you, kids, this will be the favorite guy we talked about tonight. Because you like those little dinky receivers or little slot receivers that can really move and make stuff happen and really discombobulate a defense. DT Sheffield is that. He's about 5'10", about 175. 5'10" is probably being a little generous, but I'm telling you, this dude.
Yeah, he ain't no 5'10" either. But keep going.
He is, let me tell you something. This dude is electric. Guess what?
Don't touch, Scrolls. Don't touch.
This guy, I'm telling you, the receiver that we got off of Detroit, the slot receiver, ain't going to be here for long. He ain't going to be here for long. He's here for a stopgap situation until they get the right guy. And I'm telling you right now, he is on the radar in Chicago. They brought in Ethan Kaliak-Man as the quarterback. They'll probably try to get him if they try to get him as a UDFA. But this guy right here, he was up for the Biletnikoff Trophy. All hands and all electricity, fast as shit. Can do anything from the slot. You won't find him catching the ball with his body. Like a lot of little guys little fast track guys, they catch the ball with their body and they run. That's what they do. This guy catches everything with his hand. He's a legit receiver. But fast as shit. Goes from 0 to 60 in a second. I mean, about the quickest first step off the line of scrimmage that I've seen in this draft. And I'm gonna reach a little bit, and you guys will probably jump on me for saying it, but almost look like looking at Tyreek Hill. He's not at quite as fast as Tyreek Hill, but he's just being somewhat fast as Tyreek Hill is really good.
Really quite as fast as Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill's the cheater for a reason. But this kid looks like he can definitely you definitely go for that deep ball from the slot. You definitely do that. I just want to see. I want to see his ability.
I got a question for you, kids. Since you're looking at him, just imagine how, with what we already have going on, how Ben Johnson can discombobulate defenses with a piece that can cut you up like this cat.
Well, I don't have to. It's been on tape for at least five seasons with Amon-Ra St. Brown, right? Like him and Ben Johnson in that slot position and what he can do with it is unprecedented. So it's really a question of finding the right talent for that position. Khalif Raymond is a great look. Again, he has
for now.
Yeah, a great look for now. I was really when I noticed he was a free agent, I was like, oh snap, this wouldn't be a bad move because again they have that history together. He helped develop the player, and we've seen him utilize Khalif Raymond in a very similar role. And, sometimes when Amon-Ra was hurt, like in a very similar role or in that slot. So, the question is, can you do that with somebody else? I know Ben Johnson can. So finding somebody who can get the level of separation that Amon-Ra can, I can see why he kind of looks, he kind of has like a Tariq Hill thing going on just in look and feel. Like I wouldn't say he's Tariq Hill speed. You know what I mean? Like
he's almost there.
But the way he snatches the ball out of the air when he catches it is nice.
All hands.
Like Nomad is saying, his route tree from that the slot, he runs all the routes. And he's got that juice that I like, with players who, you get the ball in their hands and anytime they can take it to the house at any, missed tackle. So, I'm sure his former college teammate, Kyle Monungai, and fellow little guy, is probably politicking for him as well.
How come they drafting all these little guys over at Rutgers?
I'll tell you this, man. If you notice anything, what's his name? Just got a lot of money with Seattle.
Oh, JSN.
JSN is not a big guy. He's kind of a jitterbug, good route runner, is what he is. Very effective. And guys like that I don't want to play guys like him. I rather deal with a big physical receiver with a high catch radius than a fast little, I'm going to have to run 60 yards every time I line up on him at full speed. And he can run routes and he's quick and abrupt. He can stop on a dime. He's all hands. He's a great, DT Sheffield is a great prospect. I see nothing but glittering gold with this cat. With the offense that knows how to use him. And if nothing else, Ben Johnson is that. I'm glad you brought up what's his name in Detroit, the slot receiver there.
Amon-Ra.
Raymond or
because he's a solid mix, and I never thought about it that way, but he is a solid mix of Amon-Ra and Tyreek Hill in everything that he does. All hands like Amon-Ra with similar speed to Tyreek Hill. Similar, not the same, but similar. That's a dangerous combination. That's like nuclear. I'm serious. This guy is a problem. You put him around a bunch of talent like we got, and that exacerbates the whole situation. I'm telling you, this is for sure. they're looking at this cat in Hallis Hall. DT Sheffield is a weapon.
What number is Tyreek Hill?
10.
Okay, that's why. He played as 10 at North Texas as well. I'm watching his North Texas tape now, and,
Yeah, I like the North Texas. That's what got him to Rutgers.
Yeah,
because he's that explosive. He's a weapon, man. Caliac Manis loved this cat, and I think quarterbacks are starting to.
Okay.
As fast as the league is getting, I think the league is going back towards shorter, quicker, more.
Well, you need to have both. You can't.
Yeah, you do, kids. But I'm
know what I'm saying.
The DBs are getting bigger, so the receivers got to get smaller.
Well, I would say that's true, but remember Ryan Pohl said back in the day, receivers, you need all size, you need big, you need small, but then as well as Dennis Allen and Al Harris, like the tall, lanky, fast cornerbacks. Look at some of the vertically challenged cornerbacks coming out, like the kid from Indiana, 5'9". So it seems as though the athletes are coming in all packages now, even of the shorter stature variety.
Yeah, look at Naj. He says the cat ran a 4.28.
Oh no, he's talking about Naj talking about. Man, he's talking about the kid from Dijon. We did last week. Yeah.
Dribbling.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know what this cat runs in a 40, but I know he's quick and
he's fast.
One of the things that I noticed right away was how fast he got separation, and that goes to the burst.
That's what I'm looking for. It's different. Like he gets speed separation. I want to see route separation. Like there's certain I didn't see that with in looking at Tyreek Hill's college film, I didn't really see that from him, but you see it now in the NFL in droves. Guys, I really saw that from Christian Kirk, Tank Dell. Tank Dell gets crazy separation. Like he's fast as all get out, but just
little fella.
And these are all little fellas, bro. Like Christian Kirk's a little guy too, but it's just that Tank Dell will get like 5 or 6 steps more than you. You know what I mean? And be able to turn on a dime and do different things with those little steps that you're long striding as that 6'3", 6'2" corner, right? Like it's kind of the difference. I'm sort of looking for that from him. I don't see it yet, but that don't mean he ain't got it, because he's sure as heck like he's like sneaky fast.
He's just blowing right past people.
I didn't see it on the Rutgers tape, but on the North Texas tape, oh boy,
I definitely saw it on the Rutgers tape.
I'm just telling you what I saw. You know what I mean? I didn't see it like I see it now.
I almost called him. I almost said he was at Tulane. I knew it was a green team, but it was North Texas. I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah.
I saw it.
Holy smokes, man! Like
he's dangerous, man.
If you all get a chance, check out the North Texas tape. He's just flying past fools, and maybe it's the competition. I don't know, but he looks so much faster than everybody else on the field at North Texas.
To me, Kez, that was a challenge. Seeing that kind of explosiveness at North Texas and consistently seeing it like that, like you're looking at, making the big jump in competition to Rutgers. And I saw the same thing. He just running right on past him. He can get past anybody.
Yeah. He's got long speed that you can't ignore.
Pure receiver as well.
He is a pure receiver, but like they will use him in gadget capacity too. And he gets it done in gadget. Like here's another straight up running back straight up out the backfield situation, he'll go, man.
You just want a guy this dynamic and this explosive. I figured you guys are gonna really love this cat. And
I like it. I like it a lot. This is worth a look.
this is you put the ball in his hand in any kind of situation. You looking at you thinking of Ben Johnson and what he can do.
Oh no. Sorry.
I know you're probably watching some more film, but
I'm still watching film, but he just I was just talking about that separation with the feet, and he just created something that I didn't like. Man, I can't even tell you who it looked like because that's
go ahead and say it, man. What you being shy?
It looked like Barry Sanders, and that's just I can't even say stuff like that. But that's he did a backwards jump cut, and the two guys in front of him just wound up diving the opposite direction of him, and he accelerated through and made a couple more cuts. Off he was to the end zone.
I think he's special.
This kid's nice.
That's what I'm saying, man. But this is DT Sheffield out of Rutgers, formerly of North Texas State. I'm telling you guys, you talking about a straight up sleeper. Straight up sleeper. I don't know that I've seen anybody anywhere else talking about this cat. Period.
If we are talking about draft stock, he's probably an undrafted free agent as well.
Boy, that'd be insane.
I would have to agree with you.
But that's what I got for tonight, man. I think I had to go a little bit deep for the players that we got here. But I love the players that we got tonight, man. Get this off the screen. Any last thoughts before y'all start y'all's mock draft with the No Maniacs?
Shoot. I don't know if I can stop watching this film.
Hey, you gotta stop.
I'm not sure if I can. I'm not sure if I can, man. He's leaving fools in the dust.
He's a piece, ain't he?
Wow.
The possibilities are amongst us. Now, as we begin this, before you not log off, but go away, Nomad, real quick. For those that are just joining us, or to recap what we have going on here on Nomad at Night for the 2026 NFL prospects, as we get closer to the actual draft, we will have a complete board that Nomad has put together of his favorite dog prospects for this draft. Now, last week we went through this layout of the prospects. Now, it does not have every prospect, but it has all the major ones from the major sites. The ones here in gold, Nomad has already gone through there and grinded their film, and they've made his dog list, which I've already transposed to this side. And after we complete the players that he likes for his dogs, I'll come through and arrange them here by the position. And then for Nomad's next part, he'll go through the position and say, who's your number one? Like, who's your number one quarterback in like 1, 2, and 3, and then we'll label those, and then we'll get down to ultimately Nomad's, top 100 of the 2026 NFL prospects. So that's what we're doing now. So before we get to the mock drafts that we would like all the participation from everyone in the chat, whether it be from the chat of the Nomad Network, or at Kids the Canuck, or at Sports Chicago Style. Make sure you are subscribed to all three. But we will ask during some mock drafts for input on who to draft and such. And if we do more than one, we'll, change it up by, maybe trading back in the first round, maybe trading up in the first round, or, selecting different positions and take it on from there. So now, with all of that said, the green that I've added that you see here are players that Nomad spoke on today, like Deion Hayes, Logan Jones, and there was another green that I put on here someplace. But the greens are what we're adding today. So there's Torian York. Torian York. There he is. And Logan Trost, he was already here.
Okay.
All right. So the green is just what we're adding today. So, we can tell the difference. All right. So Nomad, through what you see here on the screen, look at each, position group and add any players that should be added to your dog's list.
Well, you catch me flat-footed.
I mean, just any tape that you've seen that is not here. Not highlighted. Yeah. So anybody that's not highlighted that needs to be.
That's a lot of players.
Well, okay.
Start with Diego Pavia.
Quarterback. Okay, there we go. Another little fella.
Still a dog. Katron Allen.
Running back. Okay.
Denzel Boston. And just from the guys I can see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We'll scroll in a minute, but you can just get what's on the screen, then we'll move.
Kayden Proctor.
Proctor. Okay, that's over here.
Keep going. This is a time-consuming thing here. Jacoby Lane. Receiver.
Where the hell is it? Lane Concepcion. There he is.
Get Deion Burks in there. Man, this is gonna take a long time, Trip. This is we'll do this off screen, man.
Well, ain't nobody got time for all that. That's why we're doing it on screen.
We got to do a mock draft, bro.
Yeah, we'll get there. Just
I'm not ready for this, man. I'm trying to tell you that.
All right, well,
in the middle of these guys,
draft is coming up end of April, whether we're ready or not.
I can only tell you what I can tell you.
All right, well, but you can see here as to why the visualization that we were talking about earlier as to why some of the defensive tackles may be there late is because look at the just amount of them.
And so I'm in the middle of all of it.
Well, yeah, I get it.
But give you something I'm not complete about.
Well, yeah. Right. Draft is coming up in a couple weeks.
I'm still going to be at it, probably a couple weeks into it.
Well, that kind of defeats the whole purpose of the activity, but okay. But but that's why defensive tackles may be there later as well as defensive ends, because there's so many top heavy ones that the teams that are picking them early are going to acquire them early. So that's going to leave a lot of talent, on the board later.
You might not get to that top 100.
Well, good times. All right, kids, which site do you like using there for the mocks things?
It's up to you. Whatever you want to do. You can man the comms as
well. What is it? The P what?
This Pro Football Network would be the P1.
Wait. So PFF, PFSN, PFN.
Pro Football Network.com.
Wait, say that again.
ProFootballNetwork.com.
ProFootballNetwork.com. There we go. All right, now let me share this one. Hold on. Wait, what do I gotta do here? I gotta click here, and then we will share this screen and that one. Make sure we turn the audio off, and there we go. There. All right. Mock draft sim. All right. So we're gonna do 7 rounds, and we are doing the Bears. Yep. And now we can just enter. Now, as we start, kids. I guess it already started. I didn't press start, but I guess we did with it. So we're not trading up on this one, but the next one we can, because I thought you had to press start in here. But oh well. But we are looking at picks 25, 57, 60, 89, 129, 239, and
Quick question, Trip.
41.
How you got it structured for the people that's gonna draft?
Did
Select
you
who you want to draft?
do what?
You're just gonna pick who you want to draft in the chat.
Well, we're getting there. So as we have them on the board now, that on this iteration of the mock, it's already there, so there is no trading up. And so how we are gonna pick that, since it would take way too long to try to put up like a poll to it's like who to take when and now. It's like whoever's in the chat. All right, so we got Red Baron talking about Kayden, I guess that's McDonald.
He's talking
right?
Kayden McDonald.
Yeah, because on the board you still got, that left tackle there, the Spencer Fano, Avion Terrell at cornerback, defensive tackle Kayden McDonald. Because now remember, we just signed a crap load of defensive tackles in free agency. Not that they could be replaced, but is that really a need for the first pick? Let's see. You got a Fano, you got a Proctor. Wait, is Proctor still here?
He's probably still in the list of talents, but not where you are.
No, he's already been
he's already been selected.
Yeah, yeah, he's already been selected. He's not on the board anymore.
Gone to Detroit.
Yeah, so left tackle wise would be Fano. So kids, do you Kayden or Fano, defensive tackle or left tackle?
I go edge here.
Wait, man. Y'all letting them pick it, not y'all.
I was just about to do that. So
right.
Let's
I was just asking kids.
Thank you. Let's throw this up to the chat. Folks, Scrolls already made his thoughts. Same with Paulo Rodriguez. So Kayden McDonald, Spencer Fano are the two names in the chat that I see right now. I have to lean to where Triple R is. Personally, I don't think Kayden McDonald is a great prospect. That's just me. I didn't like the tape. Anyhow, there's a lot of DTs in this draft that I think you can get access to, and that's really my thoughts there. So personally, I would wait on DT and I would go get your tippy top edge and then double down on DT after. There's the Crooked Commish. What up, Crooked?
Yeah, Crooked.
But it's all good. We'll figure it out.
All right. So now edges, just FYI, you got. We're picking at 25, so we're looking at Mesidor, TJ Parker, Malachi Lawrence, Zion Young, Gabe Akis.
I would say listen to the guy that pays to be a supernomaniac, Scrolls. He says Kayden McDonald. Let him have it.
So are you doing this or are we doing this?
Did you
that is not me.
I mean, you keep saying you're gonna be quiet.
So Scrolls is saying something, and so's White G. He's saying quite the opposite. He's saying he didn't like the film either with respect to Kayden McDonald. I did not like it. Have you watched any Kayden McDonald? No, man.
Of course I did.
What are your thoughts, man?
He's a dog.
You put him in the dog category?
Yeah.
Really?
Hell yeah.
I would not, man. I would not. But that's me.
So Scrolls likes him. All right, Commish, what are your thoughts? Would you here take the offensive left tackle of Spencer Fano, defensive tackle Kayden McDonald, or go at the edge of Mesidor, or come out of left field with Amari Cooper or
Amari
KC Concepcion or
Oh,
whoever.
Omar Cooper. Okay.
Colton Hood.
Well,
Fano will protect Caleb Williams and help the run game. That's Paul. So let's see. So far, it's more Fano. Let's see. EM. What was that name?
EM 7922.
See, now Crooked Commission's going edge here.
See, he's with me on the edge. I would be right there on the edge. Me and Crooked think alike, man.
You see that's do we just go with the highest ranked?
But we'll give it a minute.
Because we're picking at 25 and the highest ranked on the board is 20. And that happens to be a left tackle. And then 21 is a cornerback.
I'll tell you what would make it easier is pick one guy to get it, let him have his draft, and then pick another guy for the next one. So Scrolls is a paid subscriber. I'd start there.
Wait, who is that? Yeah, put in the chat. It's like, all right, we start with Scrolls, and then if you want to be the general manager, put me. You know what I mean? So we can start the list. You know what I mean?
We get two in.
It'll just be a rotation, Scrolls, and the same token we can move.
We're not just let Scrolls just go through the whole 7 rounds.
Just hold on, Scrolls.
Yeah, let him roll. Let him get his shit in, and then we'll get another one that's somebody that's not subscribed that wants to do it.
So Scrolls is asking what happens to Austin Booker if we draft Mesidor. So Mesidor played DT for quite some time. He's a viable 3-tech regardless as to whether he plays on the edge. You can kick him inside. So you can get snaps with Austin Booker on the outside and Akeem Mesidor at the same time. That's why I like Akeem Mesidor over many other prospects for that reason alone. So that's my 2 cents there about Akeem Mesidor. But again, I also didn't like the kayden mcdonald film, so that doesn't help the situation.
That's okay, man. Let Scrolls get his roll off, and then we'll pick somebody else after that. Trish,
you want Kayden, Scrolls? Give me a yay or nay, and we'll do. You get picked first.
Let him get his roll off.
We'll just select you guys out of the chat, pick on pick, and we'll go like that.
I think he said Kayden.
Well, he hasn't responded since his last response here, so I'm just waiting. He'll say something.
I know it's Kayden.
Yeah, he wants Kayden. All right. Go for it.
Oh.
Kayden McDonald's is your first selection for the Chicago Bears at 25 in the 2026 draft.
And then now ask him what he wants to do with this next pick.
What do we want to do with the next pick? Well, it won't be Scrolls, it'll be somebody else.
I thought Scrolls was doing the whole thing.
Scrolls going to do the whole. I thought it was a community draft.
Well, that's what it was, but now Nomad wants to do it person by person, so I guess that's what we're doing.
Because
yeah, sometimes we don't have to listen to everything he fucking says. I'm just saying we came in and we told the people.
I'll tell you what, I will.
It was going to be a community draft.
We do 2 drafts. We do 2 drafts, and I will be quiet. Let's see how long the fucking takes.
Well, that's what I was hoping not to do, but like, all right. Okay, Scrolls, you got yourself a draft, brother. You see what happened here? What do you want to do, Scrolls? We're at 57. Check them trades. Give Scrolls an idea as to what them trades.
No, you don't want to trade.
Why?
I don't know. Ask him.
He says, "I'll be quick, no trades."
He said, "Let's go.
Let's
safety.
go safety."
So that's defense. S. All right, you got Ramsey, Lewis Moore. There's that little short fella I was talking about. Kilgore, Bud Clark, and Wheatley. So these are your top options at safety. You still there, Red Baron?
He's there. He says Bud Clark.
Bud Clark. Oh, you really? Yeah. Okay. All right, Bud Clark. There you go.
Bud Clark at pick 57. So that's who we got at pick 57. Bud Clark.
Yep. So far you got your Kayden McDonald at 25, defensive tackle. Safety Bud Clark at 57. And you are on the board now at
pick
60.
number 60.
And we'll go back to all. There we go. So top on the board, there you go. Lee Hunter on down. Running back. All right. Offense. Running back. All right. Mike Washington.
There's Mike.
Jadarian Price, Emmett Johnson, and on. Who do you like there, Red Baron? Say too high for him, but let's go. Ooh. Mike Washington sent. All right, go back to all. The next pick is 89. So you got a defensive tackle, a safety, and a running back thus far. And you have 4 more picks. And we are at all. We are. All right. As the draft rolls on. And you are on the board. Top linebacker. Linebacker is defense. It is LB. Deontay Lawson, Aiden Fisher, Harold Perkins Jr., Kyle Lewis, Caleb Elarms, or Torian York. Are your linebacker options?
Why we ghetto go Glockior? I like that name, actually. That's a dope ass name. Sound like it's you know.
All right, cornerback. Igor Benson, Malik Muhammad, Takario Davis, Hezekiah Masses, Chandler Rivers, and Charlie Dunnings, Devin Moore, and on down. Are your cornerbacks? The top cornerback is 79 here. We are picking at 89.
That is a bit ironic coming from Glockior, though. No?
What, ghetto?
Yeah, just a little ironic from a man named Glockior. Just saying. I like that name though. It's like
Glock Claire. Now all I can think about is chocolate eclair.
So you and the damn food, man. I wasn't hungry.
Igor Benson is the selection. It's sent. So Scrolls, his draft has consisted of Kayden McDonald, defensive tackle, Bud Clark, safety, Mike Washington Jr., running back, David Ingabinson, cornerback. All right, and let's go back to all. And you are about to be on the clock at 129. Right now. Almost. All right. Look, linebacker. Now that's defense. LB. All right. On the clock now. No trades. All right. Top linebackers. Caleb Elams or Torian York, Kendall Davis.
Glockior ain't having it with the Scrolls. Says, I hope you never get a GM job for the Bears. I hope you get it for the Packers and make them trash. Damn, Scrolls.
Elams or it is. All right, so the next pick is at 239. Go back to all. All right. A position group you're leaning toward there, Red Baron? Because you've already selected, let's see, defensive tackle, safety, running back, cornerback, linebacker. Now let's look center, which is on the offense. And what is that? OC. All right. Draft results. Not on the clock yet. Almost. In another 40, 50 picks. All right. But centers are front and center. All right. So as we enter the 6th round now, Pat Coogan, Brockmeyer, Foster, Gavin Gerhardt, Josh Kreutz. Oh, Josh Kreutz. Ha.
Hey, he's in the list now. I was
Yeah,
looking
Olin's
for him.
kid. Nice.
I was looking for him at center.
6'2", 290.
Sort of around the same size as
Short and stocky.
Mhm.
Where are we on? Nope. Oh, no. Not on the clock yet. Oh, nope. Okay. Still waiting.
He says Pat Coogan.
Pat
he's
Coogan, center.
Yeah.
Did it stop or something?
Say what now?
Wait, resume. All right, I guess I paused it. All right, Pat Coogan, center.
That's what he
OC.
says.
All right, let's see if Pat is still on the board. He's the next center up. And we got about 10 more picks. Will Pat Coogan make it? Still there. About 5 more picks. Oh, Pat Coogan is gone. And he went to the Vikings at 2:35, and you are on the clock at 2:39.
He's going to pivot to Josh Kreutz because that's what I would do. But
do you want to look back at center specifically? Because Coogan is no mas. Let's Kreutz. All right. Offense and offensive center. Josh Kreutz it is. Now right back on the clock here at 2:41. And you're at all. And this is your final pick. Let's see. Cornerback. We still didn't get an edge. We didn't get you did get a linebacker. The decisions. I need a returner. All right, so you did take Mike Washington at running back, so are you looking at, let's say, wide receiver?
The homie
Barry Brown.
The homie in DT will be around there if you're interested. He'll be around.
Who's that?
I'm not sure. Nomad, did you see any film of DT in the special teams game? Because I didn't.
Didn't need to. He can play special team. DC.
Like, I wouldn't be
Sheffield.
surprised. He's that type of player.
Yeah, DT Sheffield. He's here on the board as well. But he's down here at what is that? 539. It does not specify who the returners are.
It wouldn't.
Like WRS. Sometimes it says on different sites. But Barry and Brown, LSU kid. He's good. Let's take DT at that mid defensive tackle. But no, we're going with the wide receiver named DT Sheffield from Rutgers, and that is selected. So as it wraps up for the Red Baron, also known as Scrolls mock draft. Oh, there we go. And now you're there you go. Go ahead and read off the final results there, kids.
Absolutely. Here's your 2025 going into the 2026 season mock draft, courtesy of the one, the only, the Scrolls. At pick number 25, he selected Kayden McDonald, defensive tackle, Ohio State. 57 selected Bud Clark, safety, TCU. At pick 60, the Scrolls selected Mike Washington Jr., running back, Arkansas. At 89, selected Davison, I'm not going to butcher your last name, at cornerback, Ohio State.
David Igbenison.
Say that 3 times fast. What he said.
David Igbenison.
Yeah. At 129, Caleb Elarms Orr, linebacker, TCU. So a little bit of TCU love here, a little bit of Ohio State love here. Next up at pick number 239, we have Josh Kreutz, son of the legend, Olin Kreutz, offensive center, Illinois. And for the final selection at 241, defensive tackle, defensive tackle. His name is DT, my bad. DT Sheffield, which I'm going to call him Don't Touch because it's hard to get your hands on. Wide receiver, Rutgers. Look, I think this is an awesome draft, except I need a fucking edge. That's me. That's just me. I need an edge. We've neglected the position too long. Now, here's what Scroll said about it in the chat. He says, no edges, if no Garrett. I'm going with Booker. So he's basically hedging his bets here and saying he's going with Austin Booker on the edge, and that's that. Build up the interior, and I get it.
All right, so Myles Garrett or Austin Booker or bust.
That's what he's saying.
All right, cool. What do you think their chat? What grade would you give this mock here?
Yeah, chat. What would y'all give this mock from a grade perspective? A, B, C, D, pluses or minuses? What are your thoughts? I'm not going to give any grades because
now as
A plus the scroll. I should have known it was the scrolls. That's what they call the self-assessment.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll grade my own test teacher.
That just reminds me of work, man. I was going through my end of year review and I had to do my self-assessment, and my boss looked at me when we were covering it. Z minus Glockior. Damn, Glockior got no love. Man, is it Skeletor or Glockior? I'm not sure which one.
Well, you got a B minus from M.
Okay, M. That's a bit more real.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
That's a bit more real.
You know, all right. Who's up? Didn't Commish want to do it? Or was that something else he was talking about?
No. Commish wanted to come on. Can I draft Glockior? Absolutely, you can, man.
Oh, you want to Glock with our ghetto asses?
That's what he wants to do. He says he wants to do it.
All right, let's go here. And then
let's save this for scrolls.
Oh, yeah. Okay, maybe download that there. Okay, and then restart there. Then we go Bears there, 7th round there. And then enter. All right, now I'm just entering. I'm not hitting start. So I guess when you
hit enter, it starts. Press pause if you want to pause.
All right. Well,
enter
pause. There we go.
There you go.
All right. So now there we go. So if you want to make trades or whatever, the world is your oyster. Glockior.
So before we start, Glockior, just to finish off on the scroll says you have your run stopper, your honey badger safety, your workhorse running back, your cornerback 2, another linebacker, and your future center. So that's what he's put together with his draft. Not too shabby, my friend. Not too shabby. All right, Glockior, let's see what you could do better, especially after giving it a Z minus. I guarantee you, because there's nothing lower than a Z minus, I don't know what the scrolls is going to rate your draft. So, you know what I mean? So let's go ahead and make this thing good. If you'd like to trade up now, let us know. All right. We've got the game on pause right now, so we can actually trade up if you so desire. So let us know, Glockior, if that's in the cards for you. If not, we'll click resume draft and we'll let it run right up to 25. D minus. Okay, that's a bit more fair.
He's still out here giving grades.
He reassessed it.
You on clock. You on the clock.
You're on the clock, Glockior.
See, I don't think the Bears lost much given what they have acquired in free agency. Yes, it seems kind of a wash, but more of a scheme fit status quo wash kind of thing.
See, I'd love to say that, but that for me is yet to be determined. Like, we're gonna have to see that on the field in a couple of months. So,
all right, let's see. Folks are missing something about our supposed desperation to acquire an edge. Rams double teamed Booker in playoff game. Weapons get double teamed, not scrubs. Okay.
well, that's fair.
Hey, what happened to Glock Air?
Yeah, Glockior, you ready to rock and roll or what? Or do we let M take over? Because M also wanted to do it. Just let us know. What do you want to do here, bro? You said get Akeem first pick, so let's press resume draft.
Akeem Mesidor, okay. Resume. All right.
That's if he's on the board. Hopefully he's on the board.
All right. He's still there. Where do we pick 13, 14?
Watch, he'll go to Cowboys. Just to piss you off. Oh, he didn't.
Well, it's coming up. All right, now you no trades. I take it. Just take them right now because you do have trade offers there, Black Air. So no trades, or what are you doing? He starts with an older guy, multiple foot injuries. I thought that was Banks.
That is Banks. Yeah. Scrolls?
Oh, he said you will take the Seattle right there. How many? 3 trade offers. The first one is from Seattle to go. They want pick 25 and they will give you 32 and 64. Arizona will give you 34 in the second round pick next draft. And the third offer is for 25 and 129. And Tampa Bay will give you 46, 77 and a second and a third next year. But the Seattle pick. All right, give me the Seattle.
He wants the Seattle. So he's given up on the Akeem situation. Oh, what did you do? Oh, okay, my bad. Trade. You did take the Seattle trade.
Yeah. And before we look at the trade, let me trade offers rather. He went off the board at 26 to Buffalo. Mesidor did.
I'm telling you, people ain't really playing with that particular selection. If you leave him there, he's gone. Much to the opposite, though, there's your Kayden McDonald, who's now dropped. It's 32.
All right, so the trade offer to go from 32 to 37, you pick up 145. To go from 32 to go 47, pick up a next year second and fourth. And to go from 32 to go to 34 and pick up a 217.
Yeah, those don't look too sexy. He says, "Give him." Oh, sorry. Whoa.
No, that's somebody else.
No, that's Chris Foster.
Let me get Dylan or safety Emmanuel. Let me look at safeties. The safety, you get Emmanuel McGowan on the board. And Dylan Thieneman
just come off the board.
He went at 15.
Oh, wow.
So I guess McWarren it is. From Toledo, boom. So your safety is taken care of, and your next pick is at 57. And go back to all. All right, you got Armin War, amazing pick. Yeah, you're welcome. All right, trade offer to go from 57 back to 73, and you pick up a third next year. To go from 57 to 74, and you pick up 97 from the Chefs. And those are your 2 offers. On the board, you are
One more time with those trades, brother.
trades. Yeah. To go from 57 to 73
Okay,
and
go.
pick up a third, and to go from 57 to 74 and pick up a 97.
Okay, he says he's good, so we'll leave these trades alone.
All right. You're on the clock at 57. Your next picks are at 60, 64, 89, 129, and 239. And any position groups in particular you want to look at?
He's asking.
Zion Young still on the board. What is
I
that?
have a feeling he's
Defense?
not. Go
Who's
to
that?
Edge.
Edge.
No, he gone.
No. Yeah, he's gone. Zion
So
Young.
why you get the Edge right away?
He went 43 to the Kitties.
So Cassius Howe's a nice edge. Dennis Sutton's a nice edge, but that's a little bit further back. Romello Heights okay.
Keep it coming in the chat, y'all. I see y'all. I'm just letting this thing play out. Y'all talk to each other.
Cassius. Go back to all. See the top on the board. You got cornerback, wide receiver, cornerback, linebacker, D tackle. Oh my God, why is Hal still there, guys? Watch his film. Is that who you want? Hal?
Hal's all right.
Oh no, he did. Yeah, he said Hal in there in the chat.
Hal's all right, but I think he wants Hal.
Yeah. All right. Wait, it was Edge, right? Yeah, there's Cassius Hal. Boom, there it is. All right, so now you are right back on the clock with 2 trade offers to go back from 60 to 74, and you pick up a 97, and to go back 1 spot to 61, and you pick up a 5th rounder in 27.
So that first offer isn't bad, especially considering, just scroll down for a second, Trip, because he's got pick number 64 that he just traded for. So I'll leave that up to you.
Yeah, 60 right now, 64, and then 89.
Yeah. So if you want to accumulate a couple more selections, you're about to pick here anyways. Scrolls did not like your pick. Why, Scrolls?
Yeah, we took Hal. So far, the picks are safety Emmanuel McNeil Warren and edge.
No,
Cassius
Jacob
Hal.
Rodriguez is long gone, brother.
Let's see, defense linebacker Noah Rodriguez.
Rodriguez is long gone.
Rodriguez. Rolling writers. He went at 49 to the Chefs.
Yeah.
So 11 picks ago. Give me him now. Him who? Oh, Anthony Hill. Boom. Anthony Hill, linebacker, is taken. And now you are right back on the clock with 1 trade offer to go back from pick 64 and a 27th 4th rounder to pick up pick number 69. Nice. And 106. That is the only trade offer. Go back to all. Let's see. Top on the board is what do you got there? Brazil, wide receiver, defensive tackle, cornerback. I'll take that. That trade with the Texans.
Yeah, he's gonna go back five selections and take the extra pick.
Okay. Accept. All right. So that will, let's see, you got 69, 89, 106, 129, 239, and 241. And we're back at all. All right. So you are, on the clock. Any position grouping or players up top you see here?
I see Mike Washington screaming right in front of your face. I also see oh, sorry. Yeah, that's what I would do here. Kamari Ramsey, but you already got yourself a.
I think he's saying Mike, as in Washington.
No, I think he's saying Mike. Yeah, he's saying give me Mike Wash.
Like Mike. Wanna be like Mike. All right. So in the fold, you got a safety, an edge, a linebacker, and a running back. With 1, 2, 3, 5 more picks. Oh, okay. All right. Trade offer to give up 89 to go to 91 and a 6th rounder, or to go back from 89 to 127th and a 3rd rounder.
Yeah, no. Well, I'll leave that up to you there, homeboy. But that looked like crap to me.
All right.
I'm good.
I'm good on the trades.
So Emmett Johnson, Connor Law, Bryce Lance, a nice wide receiver. Daryl Jackson Jr. Like you might want to be looking at the interior defensive line at this point. That's just my little 2 cents there. Dominique Orange is available as well.
Double dip at edge and make Booker ride the pines. I would pick up a wide receiver, center. Decisions
to make.
Any positional groupings you need to see? Because it gets interesting when you're actually doing the thing. It takes some time. Let me get Zachariah Branch. Wide receiver, Zachariah Branch is boom. There it is. All right. So that I would assume that he can return as well. You got 2 votes for Connor Liu, who just went off the board. Now, 1 trade offer to go back from 106 and give up a 7th rounder next year to get pick 116 and 155.
I'd actually do this trade, but that's just me.
And then the tops on the board for all are right here.
Sophisticated thoughts, giving a little lowdown on Zachariah Branch. Zachariah Branch is a very explosive wide receiver. He will actually give you DJ Moore vibes. That's a nice pick.
All right, and he did accept that trade.
He took the trade.
And so that will give you picks. Wait, hold on before we look at that. 116, 129, 155, 239, 241. You are on the clock now with 1 trade offer to go from 116 and give up 241 to go back to 119 and pick up 200. So you go back 3 spots to pick up 40.
Man. He says he's doing it.
I'll do it. And it is done. All right. So now you're right back on the clock with no trade offers. And the all is selected.
Players he lost on that trade. Keegan Trost and Dominique Orange. So you got to do the DT thing now, bruv, before it's too late. That's my 2 cents.
All right, DT. I
like
this.
Hit the subscribe button, people. Hit the subscribe button.
Yeah, this little guy got some bend too, right there. Though.
Landon Robinson. Daryl Jackson's okay. Dante Corleone is down there. Who else jumps out? That's about it at this point. Now we're getting into the weeds.
Let me look back. This is DT. Daryl Jackson Jr., Landon Robinson, Zane Durant, Tim Keegan, Dante Corleone, Nick Barnett, Rayshawn Benny,
bigger deal, Paul, is that do we expect Grady Jarrett to be on the team next year? I don't know. So you got to draft and develop at that position just in case Grady hurts himself or he proves not to be the Grady Jarrett of old, right?
All right, it says nobody tickles his fancy there. Still thinks they can develop Dallas Shamar Turner, probably, yeah. All right, so we're back at all. Let's see. You already
Go O-line. So check the O-line.
Offensive line, tackle, guard, center.
Yeah, what do you want to look at there?
Or we could do
that was
three. No, we can't do all three.
Nobody strikes my interest. I feel like we can still develop Dallas Turner. All right, you mean Shamar. Okay. All right.
All right, here's your centers. Golden, Logan Jones. Just talked about him tonight. Nomad broke him down there from Iowa, Hawkeyes. Jake Slaughter, Trey Zune, Pat Coogan. There's your recruits down there. So you got some center options. You'll take him.
You'll take him. Who are you taking, Glockier? And Paul, Gallimore is here, but we may also
center Logan Jones.
Right.
Javon Dexter. Which center are you talking about? Jones?
About Logan Jones.
Yeah, the one that we talked about tonight.
It's probably Logan Jones he's talking
about. Okay. I just want to get a little verification before I send it. And then so take the center from Iowa is sent, Logan Jones.
Yeah.
Go back to all. All right. And your next pick up is 129. And you are on the clock. That was fast. Offensive tackle, linebacker, cornerback, wide receiver, tight end, quarterback, cornerback. There's McGowan. Talked about him tonight too, didn't we? Yeah. Or last week or something. Glock Pace.
People named Seth worry me. I just like to put that out there.
Seth MacFarland.
All of the Sethis. Sethis. What's the plural of Seth?
Sethers.
Seths.
Seths. LT Overton is, I just saw that. There he is. Edge, Alabama. LT Overton is in Izzy. All right, so you got on the clock. Oh, no, not yet. Next pick at 155, so coming up. All right, you got LT Overton in the fold.
Damn.
And that's two edges there. Cassius Howell and LT Overton.
See, it does look like people are also weary of Seths.
Mm-hmm.
Seth McGowan dropping.
Now, yep, still there. You have one trade offer here, and it is from the Packers to go from 155 back to 160 and pick up a 236. Notice somebody else.
Let's just scroll.
JC Davis. Wait, no, that's somebody else. JC Davis, offensive tackle. All right, this is all we're looking at.
He says, F. Green Bay, take Taylor Green. And
Taylor, you know that's a quarterback, right?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Except with the Taylor Green pick, but that's a different story.
Yeah, let's see. Alarbeck, Crotto. I do not see Taylor Green.
So go to the list of selections. I think Taylor Green just got picked up.
Yep, there he is.
He got picked? Yeah.
Yep. The Texans top of round 5.
Yeah. Just missed Taylor Green. Where do we go next, good sir? What are your thoughts here?
This is I'm so far down. This is the top here.
Damn, he says. I don't mind doing the commentary. It's actually fun. He says, "Help me, guys." All right, let's
with what position? Because you've taken a safety, 2 edges, a linebacker, a running back, a wide receiver, and a center.
Go to DT because again, it's the one place we haven't addressed.
Well, OT.
I wonder if Corleone
He
is
only got one safety. DT, you got
Dante
Keenan,
Corleone.
Corleone, Barrett Bunny. I want a sneaky DT.
Yeah, there's your Dante Corleone.
Yeah, take him. The senior from Cincinnati. Is that the sneaky fella you're referring to?
I believe so. I will allow Glockier to make his selections, but that he says, yeah, okay.
Okay, boom, there it is. And you got
2 more to come.
boom. Yep. Next pick at 200. Go back to all. Now, any position groupings that you want to look at? There's J.C. Davis, and he's
And
gone.
there goes JC.
And he's gone. Lorenzo Styles, that's a safety, right?
Oh, he got to be gone.
Nope, there he is, 319.
Oh shit! A lot of Styles is out there. Very surprising.
Well, his last name is his brother.
I'm just saying, a lot of Styles is all of a sudden. It's my son's first name.
All right, you are on the clock here. Do you want to take Lorenzo Styles? All right, there, Lorenzo. So you got another safety in the mix, And we scroll back up, and it looks like 239 is your final pick. Seventh rounder. Who is your Mr. Irrelevant? Who is this year's Kyle Mananga?
Look at that. Like, if he's around, you should. Those measurables sound interesting to me. I'm gonna have to look at the tape, Paul Martin. He's saying it was Oklahoma hybrid safety linebacker Kendall Daniels taken yet? 6'5", 240, runs about 4.56.
I don't see him under linebackers. What was that? Look at what? Cornerback, CB. All right. Colin Wright, Ricardo Hallman, Triano Pride, Damani Jackson, Dante Balfour, Theron Johnson. Are your cornerbacks. The wide receiver from Ole Miss is a good steal. The Bears have actually given him a top 30 visit. Now, speaking of wide receivers, while we wait for Glock's pick here,
Go to all. Trip.
The what?
Go to all.
The Romello is top tight end.
There's your guy right there, Deshaun Stribling. But continue.
Yeah, they showed the United Center here in Chicago, and the local crowd gave a standing ovation to tight end Colston Loveland. But sitting next to Loveland in the stands was Darth Burton and JP White Chocolate Richardson. They're all taking in the game.
Darth Burton.
All taking in the game. So who's your final pick there, Glock?
Yeah, Glockier. Who do you got at the end of all this? He says pick anyone. I'd say get DeJohn Stribling, man.
All right, now you did take a wide receiver earlier with Zachariah Branch, so take Stribling too.
Well, you almost can never have enough wide receiver talent. That's for sure. Is there anything else that jumps out? So what? Let's just So okay, let's just quickly go through. He got a running back, wide receiver, center, safety, edge, linebacker, another edge, a single DT, and another safety. Not bad. Like, what do you do with this selection? Maybe like Romello Brinson's a good wide receiver too.
What about tight end? I mean, that was one position that hasn't been addressed. Did the Navy wide receiver?
Go to wide receiver.
Heinrich.
Like I would get DeJean Stribling over Heinrich, but he's an awesome Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, but he's also gone.
Yeah, okay, he's gone. So let's check tight end like you're suggesting. He's Glockier's interested in tight ends.
All right, Daquan, right? Will Kasmerick, DJ Rogers, Don Villari, Riley Nowakowski, Seydou Touré. All right. So which one do you want? Daquan?
Yeah, the tight end this deep, I have no knowledge on. I'll be straight up about this. 6'4", 246. Table stakes for a tight end.
Wait, I can't lower. All right, so Daquan, is that what I'm hearing?
What do you want to do here, Glocky? Or you can go Daquan right here. Click on, scroll down for me, Trip, a little bit. Seydou Traoré. Click on him for me, please.
6'4", 223 from London, jolly old England.
Two underside. He says Jeremiah Franklin.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Is that
he was a good
tight end?
Friend of mine. Scroll down, let's find out. I don't see him there.
Man, wait, there, right here. From Boston College, Ryan Poles will love that.
BC.
All right, so Jeremiah was a Bear. Da-da-da.
Was a good friend of mine.
Da-da-da. Joy to the world. And boom, there we go. All right, there you go. You got some trade activity there too, cats. There you go.
All right. So here's what that looked like. Let's recap indeed, Glockior 1747. This is Glockior's version of the same 2025-26 NFL draft for the Chicago Bears. Here's how it turned out. At pick number 32, after trading out of the 25 position, he selected Emmanuel McNeil Warren, safety, Toledo. At 57, he selected Cassius Howell, edge rusher, Texas A&M. At selection number 60, he's picked Anthony Hill Jr., linebacker, Texas. And at 69, Mike Washington Jr., running back, Arkansas. At 89, Zachariah Branch, wide receiver, Georgia. At 119, Logan Jones, offensive center, Iowa. 129, L.T. Overton, edge rusher, Alabama. 155, Dante Corleone, defensive tackle, Cincinnati. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it? Yeah, okay, my bad.
Yeah, Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. At selection number 200 after a trade as well, he selects Lorenzo Styles Jr., safety, Ohio State. And final selection number 239, Glockior selects Jeremiah Franklin, tight end, Boston College. So there's a whole bunch of trades that's gone back and forth that we can keep track of. Well, Glock, you guaranteed that Scrolls would be shitting on your draft. There was no two ways about that after you gave him a Z- on his draft. So there's that. I do have to give the Scrolls. I called it, didn't I? You know what I mean? I have to give the Scrolls give the devil his due on this one. But I do have to say I don't mind this draft. It's all right. My beef here is I personally would prefer doubling down at the defensive tackle position after you get that edge rusher early, as opposed to doubling down at the edge rusher position, because I think we have the talent there. You know, much like Scrolls was commenting earlier on, I don't want to put I don't want to have a 3-man rotation here and sort of bury Austin Booker. I'm going to have a 2-man rotation on that side and a 2-man on the other side and one in the back in case somebody gets hurt. And that's Deo Dangle, because he's hurt now and he'll eventually show up. But I like your draft, man. I think it's actually pretty good. In the chat, y'all, give him a grade. I see M7922 gave you a C-. That's a little bit of a diss, M. Damn.
Ouch.
Shoot. That's a little bit of a diss. Let's see what the rest of the folks out there give you on this draft. I don't think it's terrible. I think you hit some interesting areas. You got us a really nice center prospect. I like Dante Corleone, even though it's very late in the for DT. I think he's a great prospect as well. Lorenzo Styles is a great late round prospect to select too, but you started the draft with a safety, so I can see how folks might be a little bit upset about it. Bear Truth 9's giving it fire emojis all over the place. Give him a grade, BT9. What do you think? The Scrolls are saying no run stopper. I can't argue with the Scrolls there, and that's why I'm saying I would be doubling down on that at that DT position, because we need a true 3, and we kind of went back and forth a little bit in the chat. I don't know about Grady. I also don't know about Javon. Javon might not be here next year this time. So, those two things might be where you want to double down and correct.
And just a little FYI, in real time, that one of the players selected here, just this week, Nomad was talking about top 30 visits, and it was like, oh yeah, Ontario Thompson, a defensive tackle from Washington. But medical related, Dante Corleone is having tightrope surgery next week on his left ankle.
Well, so much for Dante Corleone. That was more my suggestion, so I'll take the heat on that one. I did not know, but we're selecting a DT very late in this draft, so such is life, unfortunately. But yeah, we've got some noise in the chat. I love it. I love you guys going back and forth about how this looks. Bear Truth 9 gave you an 8.0, wherein everybody's giving ABC grades, but that's fine. I'll accept an 8.0 as a solid B. I think that's what that looks like to me. And Scrolls. I think there's a couple of starters here. I think definitely Emmanuel, definitely Cassius Howe. But you know what, Scrolls, maybe you're right, man. Maybe like Mike Washington is not going to start over DeAndre Swift this season. And I'm not as familiar with Anthony Hill Jr. You jumped out and really grabbed that selection. I'm going to have to look at Anthony Hill Jr.'s tape now. Ricky. But yeah, I'll have to look at Anthony Hill Jr. and get an understanding over of why you jumped out so quick and made that selection. Dennis Allen prefers more of an explosive DT. That's why they let Big Billings go. He requires more penetration than just big body run stopper. And that's where, like you saying that, Sophisticated Thoughts, that's where Neville Gallimore comes to play. So I'm kind of excited to see Neville on our team and what he can do, especially after his last season. and how he's improved. So I think he'll fit exactly that mold of being a run stopper that also gets penetration. He's got a lot more get off than Andrew Billings ever did. So we'll see how that all works. But nice draft there, Glock. Man. I think you did pretty good. Grade my picks, please. I want you guys to grade me too. Okay, all right.
Push him hard.
Okay, fine. All right. So my thoughts on. Okay, so right away you traded out of 25. That's fine. You selected. You made it a pretty solid trade. You got some good capital there, getting 64 out of the mix and moving back to 32. You made your first selection being Emmanuel McNeil-Warren. Not a bad selection. It is a position of need. I give that selection a. I'll give it an A caliber selection. At 57, you went straight for the edge rusher position and selected Cassius Howell. Cassius Howell is a great talent. I'm going to give that selection a B plus. Anthony Hill Jr. Again, I'm not familiar with this linebacker. I've looked at a bunch of linebackers here this season. He's not one of them. So I don't know what to give this selection. So I'm going to at number 60, especially, I'm going to give this selection a B minus. Mike Washington Jr. I would love to see this player on the Chicago Bears. I think a lot of us feel the same. I'm going to give this one a B plus. 89. Zachariah Branch, not familiar with this wide receiver either, but from what you gave me in the chat, you're saying that this guy has some experience with Caleb Williams. That goes a long way, because again, we've gone through a couple of years where the connection with DJ Moore was a little bit shaky. If these guys already have a bit of a rapport, and you're saying part of what you were also saying is that he kind of does remind you of DJ Moore a little bit. I appreciate this selection at the time, so we're going to give this selection as well a B plus. Logan Jones, I give this selection a B. Just for where it is. I think Logan Jones, you probably could have got him a pick or two later, but I like the player, so I'll give it what I did. At 129, you selected Overton, LT Overton. I give this selection a C minus. Overton's a really solid edge. Don't get me wrong. It's got nothing to do with the player or his capabilities. It's got everything to do with necessity at that point. I think we're really well stocked with Cassius Howell as an addition. Overton is a little bit of overkill when we do have other positions to attack, being again 1 tech, 3 tech. That's my thoughts there. After that, at 155, we've got Dante Corleone. I will take some heat on this one, especially because he's hurt, and I'll give that a solid C. Lorenzo Styles Jr. at 200. Because we need safeties though. Like, it's not a bad selection. I'm going to give this one a B minus. He's a good safety talent, and again, we kind of emptied the Koifer at the safety position this time around. So. Rounding things out, we've got Jeremiah Franklin, tight end, at 239. I will give this selection a C. I don't know anything about Jeremiah Franklin, but more position of need case scenario. I can see him being a solid contributor at the tight end position. We've lost a couple of tight ends, so I'm not mad at that one either. So I think we're probably in and around a solid, I don't know, B minus, C plus.
Yeah. Without breaking down each player, C plus.
C plus.
Because there are some questionable scheme fits kind of thing.
That's another thing too that I didn't really want to get into. You're right.
Yeah, Yeah, but also breaking news. The Bears possibilities for comp picks next year goes up, but not the way you think, though, kids. The Eagles are signing edge rusher Joe Tryon Shoyinka to a 1-year deal. So another Bears free agent being signed and paid on the open market.
So what did you say about the comp picks, though?
Well, you remember the if more money goes out in free agent contracts than you sign free agent contract wise, there's a comp pick difference awarded to the team that came up short.
So you're saying we might actually see a comp pick with the loss of Jortran Shrenka?
Well, that in addition to everybody else, because in the polls era thus far, the departures of players, would catch on here and there, but never has guys that we released or lost during free agency have this many signed on to other teams. And if you look at the contracts that the Bears gave out in free agency, there were nothing substantial like that. So if the outgoing amount is greater than the incoming amount, comp picks awarded.
Okay. Well, like, I don't believe we traded a selection away for that guy just to lose him to the Eagles. That's terrible.
Well,
just want to put that out
was
there.
that a 6-rounder? Yeah, this year.
Yeah.
Or next year. One of them.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm putting all the faith in the draft at this point. Me personally, I think that's kind of where we all are. I think there is a lot of faith to be had in this draft. We can do some very interesting things, and it's really a question of how this draft is navigated by Ryan Poles, Ben Johnson, Dennis Allen, and the brass at Chicago. So we'll see how all that goes. It's a little bit interesting to me, but I can't hang my hat or bet the farm on what we've done. We've made real wholesale changes and shifts to this defense. And I think that was almost to be expected. You know what I'm saying? Because Dennis Allen came in and he said, yeah, go ahead, get what you need year one. I'll take a back seat and get what I need year two. And our defense didn't really play very well. Our defense was, they call it, you hear the term bend not break a lot.
Yeah, bend don't break. Yeah.
Bend don't break. It wasn't just bend don't break. It was bend don't break, and please God intercept the football. You know what I mean? And please get the takeaway. And somehow, I don't know how, takeaways just came out of the woodwork, and that kind of happened. You drafted the Godfather in your mock. Him going to Chicago is so story headlines. Can see it now. Yes. Who's the Godfather? Grandizer? Oh, the Godfather. My bad. I should have known. Yeah, but he's hurting, bruv. Triple R just said he's hurting, man. He's going in for surgery. So if that news is out there, the Godfather, depending on how this surgery heals up, right? Like, you never know, but depending on how things heal up, that's probably going to affect his draft stock. And we selected him very late. He'll probably fall a far amount further than that because he likely won't be an impact player or a starter this season. Or, if he is this season, it won't be during training camp. He'll probably miss the better part of training camp.
Well, but at least if Corleone does well here, does he have to worry about, copywriting a nickname? The Godfather? Does you know what I mean? Instead of Iceman.
Hey, Caleb, I'm surprised Marvel didn't come up and be like, "What the hell y'all talking about?" You know what I mean? That's what I've been waiting for on this one. Caleb Williams is going to copyright the Iceman. I'm like, oh, really? I know an X-Man that might have something to say about this, but okay, no.
Hey, the X-Men
It's
didn't
a
have
basketball
NIL
player
deals.
from 1942.
Yeah, 1942 didn't have NIL deals.
No, they did not, man.
But
Ain't
he had
nobody
30 years to
calling.
copyright that shit.
The funniest part is like Skip Bayless has to be a douchebag. Like he has somehow Skip Bayless has like he has like he has like license on douchebaggery. It's like what I'm trying to say. He had to come out and say, hey, but like, you're trying to steal the old man's name, Caleb. Don't steal the man's name. And I've been calling this man the Iceman for 30 plus years. Really? When was the last time you called him the Iceman, though? The homeboy been retired for probably 30 odd years, right? Like, when was the last time you actually called him the Iceman? You know, you going around a grocery store, people are like, hey, what's up, Iceman? Ain't nobody doing that. Nobody, they're calling him George.
Different sport, different era, you know.
Oh man, I don't know. Caleb, man, shout out, man. Shout out. I don't know what to tell you, but I thought like even if Marvel Comics was like, it's cool, they ain't saying nothing. I think you should have done a collab, man. I was waiting for the Marvel Comics collab, but what can you do, man? Ice done melted by now.
Hey.
I definitely melted for the man who has it, but I don't know, man. Even doing some like what would be cool is some level of a collab with the old man passing the torch. That would be cool because it ain't like you using it. You ain't doing nothing with it. You're just gonna fall into the into the ocean with the nickname.
You know, at the most, his generation still has you go to like some thrift store and they got the posters.
Oh, right.
And you can turn the thing. We know what the poster is. Cool poster, cool poster. Maybe you'll come across a George Gervin with him sitting on the ice throne. That's it.
That would be dope, though. That would be a dope, like just the whole thing. It would be cool if George, like, like I bet you, like, not only do I bet you, like, there's money here. I'm sure Caleb would throw you, like, it's not like Caleb broke. You know what I'm saying? Caleb Williams ain't broke, dog.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'd throw you a couple of bucks.
You know what I mean?
Do a little transition video from you to him as to being the Iceman and make it a whole thing. Like this could be a whole marketing campaign and you can make a couple of dollars off of it. But that being said,
but now are we gonna get to that stage where like Marshawn Lynch is gonna copyright Beast Mode?
Well, he done tried for sure.
So every nickname, going forward in this monetization, culture, I need that NIL deal.
Oh snap!
Copyright.
Ricky LaFleur just hit some shit though. What about the Iceman Chuck Liddell?
Yeah, the singer Jerry Butler. The singer is from Chicago, Jerry Butler, the Iceman. The Iceman cometh. That was his name. Throughout the time, different genres, different niches, that nickname has been used.
You know what though? Like, clearly, I should have just trademarked the name Iceman. Is really where we're at, and I could have made a cool couple of bucks.
You and Maverick.
You know what I'm saying? Could have made a couple of bucks, and that's that. It's like that guy who went out and bought Pepsi.com and made like a cool couple $1 million.
Well, that was back in the time when the internet was just starting and you could just buy,
buy domains for like $5.
Right. And then sell it to them for millions.
Brilliant scheme. Brilliant.
It's like, damn it, I was right there. I was right there, kid.
Chuck Liddell isn't relevant. That's hilarious, girls. But George Gervin's relevant. Chuck Liddell been like he was at least MMA fighting within the last 15 years. George Gervin ain't seen a basketball court in 15 years though.
Can Michael Jordan trademark air?
I think you don't know that's been trademarked, right? Like you know
I know the symbol, the Jumpman logo has.
Oh, he's we're talking Michael Jordan now. He copyright. Anything in and around his person, he's definitely got a TM. He's got a TM loaded up and locked and loaded, ready to go, man. You got a team for that shit.
Right on.
I'm
Wait,
just saying.
lose Nomad?
Oh, we might have. He's around here somewhere, I'm sure. Oh, there he is. Oh, there he isn't. No, that's not him. Oh, it is.
For future references, man, y'all have some pretty good takes there. When you know you got a good take, and you know you got something, like if Kez is saying something or Trip is saying something, and you know you got a good response, say clip this.
I freestyle, man. I don't know if my responses are going to be good or not. Sometimes
I'm just giving you that advice,
especially according to Philly Mike. Philly Mike,
it will end up in a short.
All right. I'm just saying.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, I didn't even think about it because we were just talking about current events.
And y'all having a good time doing it.
Yeah.
Y'all having a good time doing it. I enjoyed it.
But now let me ask you this, Nomad. You've played with players that had nicknames. Would they consider or have considered trademarking them or that kind of thing? How would that work?
You got to pay money. Iceman, to the point where y'all were making, that's sacred territory. Caleb should face some resistance there.
But what about the Iceman Chuck Liddell? How come he didn't face no resistance?
There was one Iceman, man. There was one Iceman. That was the first Iceman. And you got to deal with that. I don't care how y'all think about Caleb Williams or Chuck Liddell. There was one Iceman. Respect that shit.
I disagree. You ever watch George? I'm just saying, you ever watch George Gervin play basketball?
Fuck yeah. I watched all the old school football and basketball. Hell yeah.
What really?
Yes.
Damn. That's
going in a deep way. I understand old NBA and old NFL like ain't nobody's business. And you got to give reference to the person that actually did that shit. And like, you're playing second fiddle right now.
And that, to me, that is absolutely fine. Because, like, you know, much to the agreement of what the Scrolls put into the chat, one of these two guys is actually relevant on the planet Earth at this time.
See, the problem is what you consider relevant.
No, it's not me. It's not. Don't make it a kids thing. I'm talking about the world. So, like on the world stage, is George Gervin active?
He's relevant to a lot of people.
Answer my question though. On the world stage, is he active?
He's a retired old man, but
that's what I'm trying to say.
The correlation you're trying to make is
I'm trying to answer
that's
the
irrelevant.
Of relevancy, right? This is where relevancy comes into play.
That is irrelevant.
Right. If you're not active on the world stage, and it's been decades since you've been active on the world stage, then perhaps you pass the torch. Okay. I'm not saying he was never the Iceman. I'm not saying that he won't technically continue to be the Iceman. But I'm just saying that, you know,
out of nowhere.
Say what?
I hope some young kids, a Canuck comes out of nowhere.
That's okay. I'll change my name.
Okay.
But
that's about the gist of it, man. When you start
I'm saying, like, it could be worse, but like that's really the difference. The real difference is who's actively participating in something and being regularly seen, and that's where the question of relevancy comes into play. You know, he's like I'm saying, he's the Iceman at the grocery store in today's world, and that's cool, but Caleb Williams is the Iceman in professional sports.
My uncle had this picture of the Iceman, the original Iceman, where George Gervin was sitting on a block of ice carved out in a chair, with two basketballs that look like ice balls, and he's in a jogging suit, and that shit was dope.
I bet you it was cold as fuck.
I mean, really dope.
Just gonna say that might be.
You see that shit, and it was just like that's the dopest shit ever. And I actually believe, if I'm remembering right, I think it was New Balance sneakers. These were the first New Balance sneakers out there. You talking about an originator. I love Caleb Williams, and I love the idea that he's the Iceman and how he's projecting the Iceman as he's rubbing his arms as like I'm cold. But there it is, blow that up, trip on the right.
Yeah, let me see if I can in there. Wait.
That's so original. That is so original.
Well, I can't take anything away from that. All I'm saying is I think it would be
on his wall.
I think it would be super cool if they and Marvel. I think the three things you can't because I'm a comic book guy. Iceman is one of my favorite comic book characters of all time because of Spider-Man and his amazing friends. But anyways, I think you do a 3-way collab with George Gervin, passing the torch from this exact position, right? I would recreate this throne and make it even more dope, like Game of Thrones style. You know what I mean? I'd make it. I get somebody really, really sculpt out a crazy ice throne for this guy, and have him pass the throne over, pass the torch over.
Tell me that.
No, that's awesome. This is pretty cool.
About how long ago that was.
But this is my point. Let's pass that torch. Let's move into the year 2026.
No, hell no. Gervin, make him struggle for that. I hope Caleb gets it, but make his ass struggle for it.
Well, why struggle? Make him pay for it. I'm sure
Caleb just say, hey, George, here's a check with 6 zeros on it.
Pay for it.
You know what I mean?
Just like you pay for like if you got my jersey, you got my jersey number. I'm coming over your team.
That should be 7 to 8 zeros on that.
That's fine. Give him $1 million. Who gives it? Like this is what I'm trying to say. If we're talking about a gentleman who has not been active in the NBA for quite some time, is not performing in professional sports in any capacity, the reality is money talks, bullshit walks. Throw the man a couple of bucks, build a marketing campaign out of the whole deal.
Like a passing of the torch.
Yeah, man, you make it a thing.
I mean, like an ice torch, and George can be like, "Here you go, Caleb," kind of thing.
Dope trip.
Okay,
that is dope.
All right, how about this? How about it in this perspective?
Caleb Williams, hire me for this. Me and Trip will collab. We'll do this thing for you. We'll put it down.
How about it in this perspective? That's what George Gervin. People don't know him as George Gervin. They know him as the Iceman. And they've known him as the Iceman for decades. And all of a sudden, somebody co-opts the name Iceman. Think about it in that perspective. And he's an old man that has less time on earth than Caleb, a lot less time. And look at it from that perspective. This is my legacy. And I know this young man is trying to build his legacy. I've seen his response to Caleb for doing it. He respects Caleb and wants him to keep doing his stuff, but he's trying to say to Caleb, hey man, dog, I'm the Iceman. I'm the Iceman.
I'm gonna tell you
what he's saying to him.
No, he's saying, y'all, you need to give me some money because it wasn't even a Chuck Liddell been running around as the Iceman Chuck Liddell for the past 15, 20 years. He didn't say shit. He didn't say nothing.
You talking about relevant, and you talking about relevant. He must have been irrelevant.
Or Chuck was also not trying to copyright it though either.
Fair. Maybe that's you can sort of say that, but like let's not put the cart before the horse there. You know what I mean? If George Gervin just went and got it trademarked.
Well, but he didn't.
Did he have a trademark?
It wasn't a thing until, because remember, Caleb didn't name himself that. People started calling him that, and he just embraced it, much like the whole, embracing of the ice thing. And so it's like, well, his camp is like, well, shit, we're marketers, NIL, we, cut their teeth on that stuff. So they're like, well, we going to move some merch, that says Iceman. And we want to, make sure we get that market. So we got to get that trademark. You know what I mean? And then it became an issue to where it's like George Gervin was like, oh, pump your brakes, young fella. And now that's where we're at. But if they do it to where it's like, hey, young recognize and give respect to the previous or older generations. The older generation embraces the younger one and says, hey, run with it, break my records, make my name great, make our name great. And then, and go on from there. I mean, it's a whole thing that could, make George Gervin, more relevant to the younger generation that have no idea who he is. I mean, so there's ways to make a positive out of this that everybody wins.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. I can see some promos, some commercials, some
That's what I would do. I'd make
shorts passing. I could see some
get George Gervin
integration.
some
I
good
can see
money.
some integration creatively. And I hope they call me for the goddamn music because I got something for that.
Okay.
And
Just the Nomad Network, Cares of Canuck Sports Chicago style. We got you, Caleb. We got you, George. We got you, Iceman.
email me because I got the music to integrate that. And yeah, man, I can see the proper exchange, but right now I can see Caleb's point of view, of course, but I can definitely see the actual Iceman's point of view. Like, hey, man, dog, this is my legacy. This is when I'm gone. When I'm gone, people go search the Iceman. I want them to see me. So there is very much sentiment for either way you look at it. There's no way to get around that. So whatever that is, it's gonna be. You fellas, y'all wanna close this thing or y'all wanna keep going?
No, we can close it out.
Yeah, we can shut things
Is
down.
Chuck Liddell still alive?
Come on now, man. Chuck Liddell, like
cauliflower ass
he's barely 50.
Well, I mean, he in that profession, that don't mean shit.
Oh, I'm not saying he's a genius. You know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
but the British Bulldogs, they were like what, 30?
Different situations.
Well, I mean, Eddie Guerrero, he was like what, 40 something.
Yeah, but when you're on the road for like
yeah, exactly. That's why
90,
I was asking.
90 days a year, you might
That's the only reason I was asking.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's old. I'm just saying, they get rode hard and put up wet.
Oh,
and so like bring him into it, it's like have a whole Iceman triumvirate.
That would be the dopest. Honestly, that would be so dope. Like Caleb Williams, I really hope you're watching this show. That would be so dope, man. You get Chuck Liddell, Marvel, George Gervin. I don't know anybody else named Iceman, but if there is,
Jerry
maybe even you
Jerry
just throw
Butler, the mob, Krasinski.
Okay, yeah, man. You just take images of all of those things and you roll it in.
Well, don't invite him though.
No.
Well, he was a mob enforcer, so.
Well, that's okay. I'm just saying, just from an imagery perspective, you could roll all of these things together, and because he ice people. I love that. That's a yo. Okay, maybe you don't. maybe you don't include him. But yeah, man, I think that would be awesome. That'd be a really cool collab that you could put together from a marketing perspective. And again, like most importantly, show love to George Gervin. Give him a couple of bucks as part of that marketing campaign. He's gonna pay the man for that and pay him for the name and potentially the shared rights is what I wouldn't say he should no longer be Iceman, but some sort of shared rights, or maybe a small percentage of Iceman merch sales. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Right, because you don't want it to turn to bad feelings and end up in a court battle, and now you get generations arguing among generations, and basketball against football. There's just all kind of ways it could go sideways.
I just wonder, this is the only thing I would wonder. Would we still feel this way if Caleb Williams wasn't a Bear?
No,
what the hell are you talking about?
I'm just telling you, if Caleb Williams was somewhere else.
God damn it. Why would I give a rat's ass about Caleb Williams?
Exactly. That's what makes the whole shit narcissistic, bro. That's what makes the whole shit narcissistic.
Doesn't make it narcissistic.
It does.
I mean, but it's the same thing as if another running back takes the nickname Sweetness.
Exactly.
Whoa.
Exactly.
And you know what I mean? See, kids, shit get serious.
Whoa, now
Shit
like
get
this,
serious.
that's real shit. Man.
Tribal is tribal as fuck, ain't it?
That's real. We're
You know, that's what I'm saying. There
I'm
has
in
to be
Canada, and all of Chicago should be fighting for that shit.
you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
there has to be some kind of happy medium to where there's an understanding amongst the jock support wearers. You know, not all beef or all friction. You know, there has to be some way to coexist with these names. And, you know, in this day and age of marketing, you know, that be a thing.
Yeah.
If somebody haul off and call themselves Mongo. Outside of the movie and actual Mongo here in Chicago. Shit like that is very tribal, man.
I don't know who would ever do
Very
that.
tribal. Very tribal.
You know,
very tribal, man.
Who would rename themselves Mongo? It's just
You know, it's like that's calling
specific name.
Kyle Manangai beast mode. You know, that wouldn't be cool.
Yeah,
like he could be a Mongo. Manangai.
But he can't be beast mode.
That's his name, yeah.
He can't be beast mode.
No.
He cannot. And so
yeah.
So when you consider all these things, man, I just I have no problem what they do legally. It's whatever happens legally is what happens legally. Once it's on the books, it's on the books. And no matter what anybody feels about it, it's just what it's going to be. I'm just saying proper consideration takes a little context, man.
No. And I'm saying the same at the end of the day. It's just money, though. You know, that's really what
it is money, but there's also respect.
Yes. You know,
pay the man. Those aren't always in the same lane.
Pay the man the respect he deserves. Pay the man, show him that he's, that's the moniker that you're taking on is worth something, because it's definitely worth something to him, right? So that's my thoughts there. But straight up and down, I think that collab idea would be the coolest thing. Put it all together, roll that thing out. Just before the 2026 season, and I would buy a fucking jersey tomorrow. You know what I mean?
You know, you have George Gervin up in the box at Soldier Field as a guest.
Oh, to make it even better, with like ice white Bears uniform too.
Oh, the ice night, and then like have an ice night with all white unis and have George Gervin up in the thing. Yeah.
Now we talking, man.
And then Nomad doing the soundtrack for the timeouts and shit.
All it is, Trips, is a commercial, kind of like the Allen Iverson Reebok commercial with some kind of nice little beat to it. And George and Caleb is out there just throwing the ball, and you hearing the throws
zipping through the wind.
And there's ice references in the throws. And then next thing you know, out comes out of nowhere, like God is coming. And out comes out of nowhere, out of the stands comes the Iceman with an actual ice block that he passes on,
looking approvingly, nodding his head type shit.
Passes it on to Caleb.
And then Caleb, kind of like bows down, like, thank you, sir.
Yeah. But can you imagine George Gervin's home and his whole everything around him? I bet you ice is everywhere. I'm talking about the name Ice is everywhere because that's who he is.
Yeah.
Well, nobody's telling the man like sell all your shit. You know what I mean? Like get rid of all your memorabilia. No, man, make him like. In my opinion, he should continue to be. You know what I'm saying? He should continue to be the Iceman. Period. I don't see his family or friends or fans stopping from calling the guy the Iceman.
Well, but now Red Baron is saying Iceman and the Iceman are two different things as well.
Yo, we got a super chat, man. You want to?
Random ass question.
This is super random.
Question for $1.99 Bear Truth 9, big up. Question: better to shower at night or in the morning? I'll go first. I would think at night to wash all the dirt and germs of the day off you and not put into your bed where you lay your head at night. And then in the morning, actually a washcloth on your face with water to wake you up.
I would say the opposite, but I like your description, Trip. I would say the opposite. I would say shower in the morning, just because if you take a cold shower, you'll be awake and vibrant for the day, and that's my thoughts on that. Hot shower probably preferable at night, but I like Trip's explanation, because he's saying this will keep your bed and your pillows,
Cleaner.
cool.
I would say depending on your lifestyle and however your life is set up, either one, and both answers are good. I'd say in the morning, because transformation happens at night.
I'm sorry.
What?
The scroll's comment just got me, man.
Don't worry about it. Just say it. You're gonna keep bearing through nines.
Who needs shower advice as an adult? And
It wasn't advice.
It's a good question, but
it was a question, not advice.
Well, your cycle, everything cycles in 24 hours. And so at night is the most, that's when everything is happening. And by the time the morning comes, you've already cycled through everything. So the morning, to me, is definitely the most important time to shower. Your body is cycled out. Everything is cycled out.
Some would say both.
Okay. I'm good with that. Thank you for the comment, man. It's a good question.
It's an interesting question.
They say you prefer morning, but do shower after work or workouts regardless.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes I shower after taking a bath.
Well, yeah, because in the bath, you get all that just rinse on you, so you got to rinse it off because you're sitting there in the filth and muck and such.
You see what I'm saying?
And that's why also you never walk in the house, with your outside shoes on. You leave them shits at the door.
Yeah,
there's some people that say don't get your ass in the bed without shower. People.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You don't want to carry that outside dirt and germs into, to be sleeping into your pores at night. And then also, like, you never are supposed to sit on your bed with your clothes that you've worn outside, because you've sat on or passed through or brushed up against all the filth that's outside. And now you're going to sit on your bed where you lay your head at night once again to just lay there and soak in it. You know what I mean? Marinate in the germs and all the filth from the street. So, cleanliness is something that we got to pay attention to, not just to be, obsessive about it, but there's a lot of shit out there that's not good for you health wise.
Hey, one last thing I would love to throw at y'all on this. Let me just put it out there. You ever ran into someone that came into your house and it's just their way of doing things? This is the way they've been their whole lives, but come into your house, get on your couch and jump on there and throw their feet under their behinds and put their feet on the couch with the shoes on.
Oh, hell no.
With the shoes on?
Oh, yeah. This ain't Charlie Murphy Untold Stories.
You ever seen that before? Well, hold on. We got another one before y'all respond to that.
Bear Truth 9 is up the ante. $4.99 super chat. So how many showers a day on a consistent basis?
Depends on the time of year. I'd say twice in the summer.
Yeah, sometimes twice. Sometimes, well, put it like this. If you're a morning shower person, you want to get up and, start the day. It's like, all right, you take a shower. And then in the middle of the day, you come home after work or working out and you're dirty, you're grimy. It's like, yeah, I got to get clean. So you take a shower. And then at night before you go to bed, it's like your routine. You drink your little tea. then you take a shower. So some people take 3 a day, some take 2 a day or 1 a day, or some of us sometimes it's like, yeah, I'm good till Wednesday. Shit. You know what I mean? So it just depends.
So you said so. How? In other words, how many times? In other words, I ever put someone out my house? You talking about me talking about putting their feet on the couch?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh yeah, I tell people right up front, man. Hey, man, hey,
You
dog,
shouldn't have.
I don't know what you got going on, but get your motherfucking feet off my couch.
What the hell?
Right. It's like, first of all, what? That's what? Obviously the ladies, like to kick off their shoes and just sit, crisscross applesauce or Indian style or whatever the hell.
Well,
and it's like, yeah, you want the ladies' shoes off, huh?
Oh boy, oh
but dudes, just like, first of all, ain't no shoes allowed in the house. And second of all, shoes in the house on the furniture.
I'm talking about
have
girls.
To beat you like a
I'm talking about girls, man. I don't know no dudes that did that.
You know a woman who did it?
Yeah, a couple of them.
A couple of them. You got specific references for this too. You know what it is. That's wild and crazy. I would find a very creative way to make them know that shit is not, because like a dude, you'd get your fucking, you know what I mean? Get your feet off my fucking couch. Woman, you may want to find a creative way to make your impression felt.
It wasn't creative whatsoever. Hey, what you got going on? Get your motherfucking feet off my couch.
Fuck your couch.
So that's, I'm just saying, hopefully that's family, because if it's your girl's friends, they going around the back going, he's an asshole. You know what I'm saying? He told me, he cussed me out for putting up.
You know what? You know what, kids and trips? I have a very endearing way of keeping people comfortable around me.
Oh, that didn't sound very endearing.
So that invites that kind of thing. You know what I mean? So when people come and they're comfortable around you, they feel safe, they feel comfortable. People will do things and show you that they're comfortable. And people that don't adhere to that culture, that you don't put your fucking feet on nobody's couch, nobody's no shoes. They don't know that until you tell them that.
So look,
you gotta be fucking blunt.
I don't you feel free to put your feet on my couch. That's fine. But like,
take your shoes
don't
off.
be bringing, you know what I'm saying? Don't be bringing the outside world onto my shit. That is super disrespectful.
That's where it's like, I'm not antisocial, but I just don't like a lot of people. And I don't want nobody who's not me or some, lady with her yummies all on the couch or something, where if I'm going to be on my couch and I'm going to lay down or something, and it's like, damn, this dude had his feet on the couch and that wasn't mine, or it wasn't a female.
Why every time Trish
no.
In here.
Because you lay on that couch. And it's like, yeah, that's that's just my homie's athlete's foot.
You gotta take the onus on this one.
Yeah.
Hey, this one's your fault, man. Just I gotta
stay on the floor.
I gotta point that one out. But you know what I mean? Like, oh, okay. If you do the plastic thing, man, I can't do that because that just reminds me of my auntie. My auntie was so like, man, auntie was the worst, bro. She had a whole room. Like it was a whole room plastic down. You couldn't even go in the room. If you went in the room, you would get cussed and ran out, and you might get something thrown at you and or hit with something. Very possible. But like, it was funny because like auntie was cool before this. Auntie was great, but once she got that setup in that room, she's like, this setup gonna last forever.
The front
I don't want to see any of y'all kids in there. And like, I say kids at this point, I'm a teenager. So I go in the room, I sit down on the couch, get off my couch. That's my couch. I was like, oh, the whole thing?
Bro,
okay.
I thought it was just like a Southern black thing, families. Because there's a whole room that does not get used unless it's like the church group comes over. Or the bridge club.
That's what you wanted it for too. Like, I think you're nailing the purpose. Fair.
I remember one time, one of the cats that I used to be hooping with in a gym, local gym. A lot of people I work with hoop there, And once we get out of the gym, everybody kind of go their separate ways. And next thing you know, I get to the house, I jump in the shower. It might have been somebody that stayed there a little longer than I did.
Quaid, how's
Came home, got out the shower, boom, boom, boom on the door. Who is it? Somebody I know. I come in, he still got the same gym shit on. Now I got a couch with upholstery, not leather at this time. And so it's fabric. Motherfucker just pop down on my couch, sweaty.
Absorbing all that sweat.
Man,
he got mad at me because I confronted him about the shit.
Like, man, get your nasty ass up, whoop your ass up.
What you doing? What the fuck is you doing? Dog, get the fuck up.
And then when you get up, get that soul glow body print of the sweat.
I was like, dog, you see that fucking folding chair in the kitchen? Grab that motherfucker, man.
You see that tile on the floor in the kitchen?
You gonna treat me like that? And he's like, you gonna treat me like that? Hell yeah. Get your ass up. Shit. Yeah, it's like that kind of you gotta have decorum around you, bro.
Mm-hmm. Just home training. Now, granted, ain't no everybody got home training or the same home training, but no. And it's like, no, Hauser, I don't make them take off the shoes. It's just house rules.
I ain't even gonna read that.
Yeah, I ain't gonna tell you how I shampooed that goddamn couch now. That's a whole.
You shampooed it by putting it in the dumpster.
No, I shampooed the dog shit out there, man. He was only on there for like 5-10 seconds. And I had it.
That's all it takes.
Man, what the fuck? You don't come to nobody's house with no sweaty ass. I don't know where you live at. We don't play that shit.
I mean, especially when you know that you're sweaty and the properties of transference, you gonna sit down on something that's gonna absorb moisture. Man, you better respect the house.
Man,
respect the house.
Decorum, you got to have it. That's all I'm saying. You got to have it. I got people in my family that, you better take your shoes off when you go in there.
House
you better wipe your feet on the rug at the very least when you walk in there. If you don't, you finna catch hell as soon as you walk through there.
Man, see, here's the setup. I got like the outside the door, you got like the doormat. I got a piece of carpet on top of that. Then inside the door, I got a piece of like carpet, but separate remnant. And I step on that and then take my shoes off. And so I don't go on none of the carpet in the apartment with shoes on. And it's like, it just became a thing. And it's when you see the germs and all the stuff that you stepping in on the street, it's like, oh yeah, somebody spit there a couple days ago, but it's dry now, no big deal. Or I almost missed that dog poopy, almost. And it's like, whatever the hell it is, and it's like you don't want that in your house.
Rat piss and shit.
Oh Lord.
No,
and then you got to walk around barefooted, basically walking barefooted in the sewer, but you in your house.
Man, dog, you want to torture somebody? Make them lick the bottom of a shoe that somebody lives in the city.
What?
Yeah, that's torture.
Because you're like, man, you know what you walking through.
Mind would think of this.
I'm just saying.
Listening to the first Wu-Tang Clan.
The bottom of somebody's shoe that lives in the city. You know what's going on that pavement. There's all kinds of puke, shit, piss, and everything.
I mean, just think 2 days ago, some dude took a leak on the side of a building and it ran down the river wise into the sidewalk. You walked through that puddle unknowingly. Did you think you washed the bottom of those soles of those feet, or is that urine still up in there in the crevices of your shoes?
People. I'm just telling you, man, people and all kinds of traffic, man. Oh dog, man. I wish you would get on my couch with your shoes on. I'm gonna cuss your ass out. So
no bed, no with outside clothes on, no couch with shoes on, or yeah, it's just a cleanliness thing.
Like my grandma might tell you, hey, I don't know what motherfucking barn you was raised in, but get your goddamn feet off my couch. That's what she would say.
See, that's part of the reason I got hardwood floors, man. Because like You know what I mean?
Yes, less sweeping and stuff, but yeah.
A lot less sweeping. No, ain't gonna absorb your stuff. You know what I mean? Like, so, but I'm similar to you, Trip. The whole front. I wear my outdoor shoes. Take my shoes off at the front of the house, and then switch into my indoor shoes, and I wear my
Mr.
indoor
Rogers.
shoes. Yeah, without having to throw one to the other hand.
Right. But also like, the memories of the plastic furniture, in the wintertime, it was all right, but it would get kind of hard and crusty because it was cold. But that was better than the summertime when you had on shorts and you had to sit on that
Burn
plastic.
you, bro.
And then you get up and it was like your legs were just wet.
Oh, snap. If it don't burn you, you
Right.
like sweat into it for no good reason.
Right. And if you don't get stuck to it, it's like, oh Lord. And then they had the Ebony Jet and Time magazine on the table, and then to make sure the carpet was vacuumed. It was pristine. Pristine, kids. The French one.
I tell you what, we're gonna have a hell of a conversation similar to this one on some extra sauce. We can give all these kind of takes and wax it on and wax it off poetically, because we get to talk about any and everything there. But this was a hell of a Bears conversation, guys. Wouldn't you say so?
Yeah, indeed. Big ups to everybody for participating and looking at the possibilities of the prospects and such.
M7922, come back, like, share, subscribe, brother. Come back to like, share, subscribe to Sports Chicago Style, Keds of Canuck, and to the Nomad Network. And come back next week. We'll get you in on a draft of your own if we can. Hopefully we have time to do exactly that. Big shout outs to our draftees today. Being the one, the only, the Scrolls. Oh, look at that, brother. He's
the Red Bear.
He's the man. Love that guy. And Glockior, man. Shout out to Glockior, man, who's the gun-toting member of
get those
the
Herberts.
He-Man crew.
Those baby cats Herberts. And a shout out to Bear Truth 9 for the super chats. Absolutely. He said, LOL, I want to give a little something, and you guys are so different in personality. It's fun to hear y'all talk on a simple subject.
It is true, man. That's what makes it good, is because we're so different.
Very true. Very true. Yeah. But shout outs to all you guys, and again, big ups to our draftees today. I think both of you guys did a pretty decent job across the board. You more or less filled all the holes needed, with maybe some slight exceptions. And like no. I just you know me. I'm just sick of the whole, where's our edge rusher? Just get that out. Stop that. Let's just kill that, dead that question. Sorry, unalive that question. It's done it. Get the edge rusher, and we're off to the races. So that's my little 2 cents there. I hope the Bears are able to accomplish that. But as you guys have noticed and proved, that ain't the only missing link on this defense and or on this entire Bears roster. So there's improvements needed, and hopefully these guys can make them in the draft.
Hey, I'll first of all, big up to everybody. Thanks for all the support. And if we're gonna trust this coaching staff, we're gonna trust them. That means polls included. So as we we'll see you Wednesday here on some extra sauce, which will actually be the first of the month. Wake up, kid.
Wake up.
And we will be now 3 weeks or so away from the draft. So make sure you are scheduling your plans to be with us here on the Nomad Network at Keds of Canuck and Sports Chicago Style on draft weekend as we go live and live reaction to the picks as they are made and breaking them down for all of our new Bears. And definitely expect some wheeling and dealing up and or down, as Poles has a history of doing every draft he's participated in. So big up to y'all, and we look forward to seeing you on Saturday.
You know what, man? I'm looking for something. Where is it at? Oh yeah, on Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Central. I my plan right now is to kind of go further into where we went with Doomsday Survival and go down that road with more current events and trying to help people get more prepared. And for the people that didn't see that show, I advise you to go and watch some extra sauce last Wednesday, man, because that segment was bomb as shit. Even watching it on replay, what we were talking about and breaking down, talking about current events. I'm talking about things that are happening right now, the escalation in the Middle East and how that domino affects everybody. You know, whether you're in the United States, Canada, Switzerland, I don't care where you are in the world, Cuba, I don't care. It's going to touch you. And so that particular segment of the show was very good. Very, very good because it was focused. It was something that everybody can relate to. And we'll expound on that this Wednesday because I just want to help people. And if that means us going backwards a little bit in some of the things that we can do to help people get ready for prepping for, you know, crazy costs for everything and setting yourself up for some kind of success, man, you know, when everybody else around you might be failing because they're not paying attention to and just thinking that everything is going to be all right and just hoping everything is going to be all right. Nah, I'm here to tell you that's not the case this time. I'm here to tell you that. Take it from me. It is not going to be the case this time around. You have got to start making some plans. That's just the way it's going to have to be. But that segment of the show, again, will be very informative for everybody that wants to at least know how to start getting it together. And we'll go backwards a little bit so we can give you the basics. Start small and start growing, literally and figuratively. And so pay attention to the show Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central. That part of the show is going to be very, very important. And I just wanted to say, you guys, man, thank you guys for being here. This was fun. The Bears segment was really good for me because some of the guys that we talked about tonight, really DT Sheffield is a guy that really, I just love that particular football player, that receiver out of Rutgers. I just absolutely love him. And I think he can really bring something to us right now. Knowing that, what's his name that we just got out of Detroit? Khalif Raymond.
Khalif Raymond.
Yeah. He's not long for the Chicago Bears, and you best set yourself up for the guy that can help you beyond him. But I think he's going to be probably one of the more important pieces that we got in this offseason. But setting the next thing up is something ideal when you're trying to build for the future and you build young. And I think that's what we're in the midst of doing. We didn't see any crazy transactions that happened this offseason with some of the guys that were out there. And I think that's sitting a certain kind of way with a lot of people out here in the Bears community. I think they feel a certain way about that. I really do. But, you know, it's what it is. I'm done. When I first became a podcaster, I chased it all. I was assuming a lot. But now I don't have to because I just pick up the pieces that they lay down. Those are clues. And I start putting the picture together. And so instead of chasing and going crazy and, okay, we might have this guy, we might want that guy. No, they're telling us what they want. Whether or not we accept it, that's a whole other thing, man. But as a podcaster and what we do over here at the channel, all of us pick up the pieces that they're laying down. And we'll put the picture together. We're slowly doing that over here on the channel. Got a couple more weeks before the picture really comes into focus. But this is what's going on. So don't break your neck and fall in love with guys that don't fit. You got to pay attention to guys that fit what we do here. You got to be realistic about it. You got to. And so that's what we try to do over here on the channel. I want to thank you guys again for being here. This is fun. We'll have another fun show on Wednesday, man. We'll talk about a little bit of everything. But I want to leave you guys with these famous words. Love, peace, and hair grease, y'all.